Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing? Welcome to a special presentation of Sonic Crossroads Racing Worlds. I just got up. Can you tell? So this is a special stream because Hyrule Warriors still hasn't hit 1,000 views yet. So obviously there's no Hyrule Warriors today. And then tomorrow is going to be our coverage of Marvel Rivals Gambit has arrived, mon ami. So there's going to be that, which will be fun. But hopefully everybody's having a good day. Thank you guys for watching the cat short. When you guys work together, the short actually has over 1,000 views already, so that's amazing. Those of you that ran the shorts playlist, thank you for keeping things stable. But we ask that everybody click the short playlist thing that's located at the top, because it really makes Amber and my life a lot easier so we can keep our hourly stuff sustained. If it drops too much, then you have these very long waits for streams to begin. Okay? And I actually lost my voice because I was up recording things. But the Dispatch series has been broken up. It'll be up on the O1 channel on Saturdays from now on. I've already uploaded all the remaining episodes of Dispatch, so there's like 4 episodes, and they'll release every Saturday. There was also a Hyrule Warriors video that went up today, and YouTube said nobody watched it from our subscriber base. I believe that released at noon, so... If you're not receiving videos, make sure you sign up for a free newsletter over on Kwingsletsplays.com. Because it'll, the fact there's only 40 people here, it still shows me that people are relying on YouTube's notification system because they're stubborn, but the YouTube notification system will never work because we are shadow banned. So, it's like, you're getting frustrated at YouTube for not telling you when our videos are, and the very simple solution is to take the stuff away from YouTube and use a notification system that works, which is our website. At no additional cost to you. It's completely free. You just have to take 12 seconds and sign up for Kwingsletsplays.com. And then you will get a fancy newsletter with pictures and links and everything that will tell you everything you need to know about the channel. YouTube will never contact you. Ever. So please stop relying on YouTube. There's less and less people every day because you guys keep saying, well, I don't want to sign up for the newsletter. It is free. Okay?
You have to switch it. You have to switch it from approved users to everything.
How do I do that?
You go to edit.
Go to edit? Here, yeah. Where?
You have it on approved users. Just go to anyone.
Huh. Oh, that's easy. Okay.
And that's what you do when people aren't watching the shorts, is you put it on approved users. That way people can act. There's no way they can chat and have to watch the shorts.
Ah. Clever.
Not really. It shouldn't be necessary. Because we're now delayed almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Alright, so this is Ichiban. He is from Yakuza, and he is a DLC character that's part of the first season pass, I believe, of this game. And you have his Dragon Brave card. And new songs from Yakuza, which I don't know how that'll work, but I'm curious to see. And the Joker Festival, we didn't get that many points. World ranking, you are 103,000 out of 860. Ouch! Okay, title Joker Festival, so I got a little title for it. Okay. Alright, let's kick things off with Ichiban. Or Ichiban. Ichiban, it doesn't matter. SpongeBob and people are still coming, sometime in November. Probably around Thanksgiving. So we'll be looking at Patrick and so forth. And then, of course, yesterday, you guys know that Sega announced that My Nemesis will be coming for free in January. I the Monkey is coming into this game. And some Sonic comic book characters will be coming in February. And then in the spring will be Zero and... or not Zero. Be Mega Man and Proto Man. And then Pac-Man will be sometime in 2026. So they're still adding content to this game. But they still haven't added a lot of courses yet. So we'll be playing the same courses we've been playing for quite a while. Which is a little annoying, not gonna lie. Alright, there we go. We got Ichiban, I think is how you say it. And he's got literally a dragon cart. He looks like he's riding a Yakuza mobile. Ready! No, we're not doing high speed. 9. Rival is SBO. Alright.
Why was the comments section off? Because I asked people to watch the shorts for an hour and a half. And it's probably close to either 1 to 0 people were watching them for an hour and a half. It wasn't until I turned the comment section off that people actually started watching.
Yep.
So literally we're delayed 2 hours now because nobody was here watching the shorts. So our streams are delayed for 2 hours. And people were constantly talking in the chat about just random stuff, and I had put the shorts playlist in the chat almost 40 times. Not only were people not watching the shorts, but also people were not liking the video or sharing the video. Because there was 35 people here for almost an hour and a half, which means no one was liking the video at all.
Amber was doing her best to try to get people to... Remember, guys, Amber is, like, one of the co-owners of the channel. She has, like, you know, authority, like, in terms of, like, a lot of stuff. So when she asks you to do something...
Next time, if people don't start watching the shorts, I'm going to turn the comments off, the chat off within 20 minutes of people not watching it. Because I'm not going to sit here waiting an hour and a half, because now I'm not going to be able to call my dad. I've been waiting 3 weeks to call my father. And I needed an extra hour tonight to be able to call him because I work every single day. And because people delayed the shorts, I'm not going to be able to call my dad. And it's literally, I haven't had any days off in 3 weeks. And I really needed an extra hour to do that, and people just sat there in the chat and didn't do anything.
Well, there were a few people, like Miss
0 people were watching the shorts, 0.
Miss Deanna said she was running her stuff, and so was a few other
But
people.
when? Because I didn't see Miss Deanna at all at the beginning. I haven't seen her at all in this stream.
Alright, let's
Maybe for the last half hour, but this stream has been running for 2 hours.
Amber.
Which means she may have come half an hour ago. The stream has been
If you wish to try and fail,
I know. A majority of the people here were not running the shorts. I know that. But I'm just saying there were people that were doing it. But what I'm trying to tell you is you need more than just those few people.
I'm telling you that from the beginning of the stream, when I asked people to watch the shorts, not one person responded with "I am watching the shorts," and I asked 40 times, and I did not see this man at the beginning of the stream. And I did not see one person. Anthony was here, and he said he was asking me to watch the shorts, but he did not say he was watching the shorts. The last 3 weeks. Thank you for watching the shorts. I'm not frustrated. It's just that people ask me why the thing was on. I would like to know why people don't watch it. There's no way people were watching the shorts for 1,000 views an hour for 2 hours. It's absolutely impossible.
So, kind reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the streams to start, it's a good idea to have the shorts running in the playlist, and we need more than just 3 people doing it.
If Miss Deanna was watching it the whole time,
Where did you come from?
well, then she was the
Alright, let's go. Is it pronounced Ichiban or... Yeah, it's
I've been surpassed.
probably.
Decisive acceleration.
Whoa, 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 why? Oh, that's not good. I messed up. That's right, if you crash, then your race is over in this. Because it's Sonic Racing, it's not Mario Kart. Alright, so, anyway, you guys probably didn't hear a lot, so I'm just going to say again, if you want streams to start on time, it is strongly advised that you run the Shorts playlist. We need more than just a few people. Need at least, like, if there's 30 of you, we need like 10 or 15 people to be running the shorts, and then the streams won't have a 2-hour startup. The reason why the stream took so long to begin in the first place is because the channel was barely at 1,000 views an hour, and Amber was busy trying to advertise.
Not only that, there were no mods here helping.
Yup.
Not one mod has been on the channel for 2 hours for this stream. That started at 3:40, and was supposed to, the start time was supposed to be 4:30. It was running for an hour. It should have started at 4:30. Now it's starting 2.5 hours after the start time because no one was watching the shorts. Not only that, but after I had to turn the comment section off and post the shorts playlist almost 40 times in the chat just to get maybe 1 or 2 more people watching it, then one mod showed up and decided to post the shorts playlist 2 times. And that I'm sorry, but that doesn't help. You know, if you're gonna be saying that you're helping as a mod, you need to be here at the beginning of the start time of the stream, because the start time of the stream is not like, oh, we're gonna have the stream go for 2 hours and then we're gonna help push the shorts. No, the shorts need to be pushed immediately as soon as the start time of the stream starts. Because otherwise, every minute that the stream goes with the music and no one's watching, then the stream actually, it suffers. Because YouTube sees how badly it's doing in the search engine, and it actually, like, it penalizes the stream because no one's watching.
Well, what it does is when the live stream is going and nobody's watching, nobody's participating. Let me finish. It takes our hourly views, and YouTube's like, wait a second, nobody's watching this channel. So then what they do is they send people like to other channels, and they also then subtract our hourly views.
Well,
so the only way that the channel survives during a live stream is if organic viewership is happening other places on the channel. Since videos are too long, shorts is the easiest thing to do to get more eyeballs or clicks on the shorts playlist, because every live stream kills the channel.
No.
If it's not getting super chats, it's not getting memberships, it's not getting anything until it hits 1,000 views.
Yeah, but it's just like, I'm sorry, but what I saw was, I saw a bunch of people come in at 3:40, and then they all left, and they waited. They were gonna wait until I started the stream, and literally a ton of people left. It went down to like 20 people for 2 hours, and not a single person was watching the shorts. In fact, not a single person was even here on the stream for 2 hours. And literally, the few people that were there, either either YouTube is messing with our channel and you guys were all watching them, but I didn't see for 2 hours, not a single person responded to me saying that they had been watching.
So remember, guys, we post the shorts playlist at the top of your chat thing because we need people to run that. Like, we shouldn't have to ask you guys to do that. It's very easy. Like, it's pinned at the top of the channel. Running that helps. Not running it causes the channel to be delayed and all this other stuff. Like, and, you know, if you guys don't want to watch the shorts, that's fine, but then it's going to take 2 or 3 hours for a stream to start. So there is a penalty. Like, you know, I'm a New Yorker. I don't mess around. I say what I say. So if you don't do what I say, then there's consequences. If you do what I say, then we get along great, right? It's that simple. There is no middle ground for me. It's either, you know, I say this, and if this doesn't happen, then obviously that happens. I'm a man of my word. I do exactly what I say I do. That's just how I roll. That's how New York works. So I'm a very blunt person. When you guys, because the thing is, I know you guys are capable of doing it, because I've seen you do it time and time again. Like, case in point, the cat thingy that went up today. 1,000 views in like 10 minutes. You know, how did that happen? You guys mobilized and you clicked that thing like crazy. You probably clicked that thing like 100 times, like per like 20, 30 people. Boom. 1,000 views. It's that simple. In order for the channel to be around, you know, we all have to work as a community to keep it alive every single day. It's not like, oh yeah, this new game is going to help. No, it's not, because we've covered so many new games this year, barely any viewership. It doesn't matter what we play, it matters what we do as a community and how we organize and how we fight YouTube every day. There is no other way. I literally proved it this year. I broke embargo on 4 games by, like, at least, like, what was it, 3 or 4 days? I even did a game that was not coming out until the end of October. The Angry Video Game Nerd thing, they told me, hey, we're giving you this whenever. You can play it whenever you want. You can play the whole game. I was like, really? They said, yeah, go for it. We don't care. So, that game was, like, several weeks from actually coming out, and the stream did terrible. And it was an unreleased game. So, as I've said before, it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter how hard we work. It doesn't matter what games we play. We are shadow banned. So, everything we do is the same. How would you feel every day if every stream you did, every upload you did, only got 1,100 views and then it stopped? No growth, no anything. It's just, that's what it is. Every single day. That's what it's been like for 7 months. Okay? Even though it's annoying, it still requires a lot of work from the community and from the content creator. It's not just, okay, we're just going to live stream and have fun. No, 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 no. We have a channel to keep alive every day. And, you know, we're very thankful to the people that run that stuff, and we know that there are a handful of people that are doing it. And there's also people at work, and I know that they do stuff even when they're at work, and those people, those are pretty awesome, you know, to care about the channel that much. But there are people that aren't doing it, and either they don't do it out of spite, or they're lazy. So we're just trying to get people to understand the situation involved with, you're not going to find another channel like this on the internet. Good luck, you know? But that also means that the channel needs a lot of help from its community. Which, you know, it sucks. For whatever reason, YouTube doesn't want us around. I don't know why. We're completely harmless, but yet they make every day hell. And it's frustrating. Because it shouldn't be this bad. So we basically figured out how to stick around on YouTube when so many content creators quit on you guys. But we need the community's help every day. It's not a one-time thing. It's an everyday thing. That's why the playlist is pinned up there for you. That's for your convenience. And again, the 10 people or 5 people who are doing that every stream, you guys are awesome. Running it 2 times speed, clicking it, all that other stuff. You know, that's awesome. That's exactly what we need. We just need more than 10 people doing it. If there's 50 people, we need 20, you know, or 15 or something like that. No, it's not because we're an old channel. When you're shadow banned, like every single content creator I know, Miss Deanna, they live off their viral videos. Every single one of their viral videos from even 15, like 20 years ago, they're still being paid for. Amber and I are not being paid for our viral content. Like, it's gone. Yep, Happy Console Gamer has been around longer than me. He's a dear friend of mine. His viral videos from when he first started on YouTube still collectively earn an income so he can afford to do what he does. His, like, new videos that he posts do okay, but he's getting subscribers and he's getting the most money from his viral content. Same thing with Completionist when Completionist was around. He would get paid for his viral videos. Our viral videos were shut off 5 years ago. They haven't received a dime. And the problem with when your viral videos die, You don't get new subscribers anymore because YouTube's not going to promote you, and you're not going to receive income from those, which is where a brunt of your stuff is. It's kind of like, you know how an artist, like a musical artist, will have like one hit, and they'll continually earn like profits off of that until either the day they retire or die. That's how it's supposed to work. Is your viral content, the stuff that people know from you, is supposed to continually be out in the wild. It doesn't, like a one-hit wonder song doesn't disappear from the public conscience. It's there and people remember, and maybe that one hit was whatever. We had 400 one-hit wonders. You know? It's not just like it was a fluke. Somebody systematically sabotaged us and made us in the state where we are, where every day it's the same thing. And after speaking to several YouTubers, hundreds, then I've come to the same conclusion that if your viral content is off and not available for people, you as a channel cannot survive without your community. It is impossible. Because you don't have those people coming in where you need. And YouTubers continually get growth and new subscribers from their viral videos, because going viral is very difficult. We did it 400 times out of 18,000 videos, which also is impossible. Most channels with over like 15,000 videos, they have 5 viral videos. We had 400. Somebody was trying to get rid of us. And they almost succeeded. Almost. We're just very stubborn, and we're more, you know, we have more tenacity than most of these YouTubers. As well as, you know, I figured out how to stick around. But it's not easy. No, people didn't randomly leave the channel. Every comment that we get that you guys can't see is, oh my gosh, I thought you guys died. I've been looking for you for like 5 years. I haven't received a notification in 3 years. We get all these randos saying all kinds of stuff like every day. And it's the same thing. We couldn't find you. I lost track of your viral videos. I used to watch this video. It wasn't in my feed anymore. I couldn't find this video in my playlists. All kinds of stuff. It's not that people just got up and left. If we had one day where our notification system worked, I guarantee you thousands of people would be here instantly. The problem in these people are so lazy is they don't check the channel. And they also, when they do randomly come here by miracle, which you see happen, they refuse to take 12 seconds to sign up for a newsletter that would actually give them the content they want. They don't want to do extra things, even if those extra things are free. And other YouTubers charge for their newsletter about $15 a month. Our newsletter is free. So that's the crazy thing to me, is people... We have 900 people on the newsletter. And that's it. Like, 900 people are willing to be like, yeah, I'm sick and tired of this notification fiasco. And they're on the channel, but they're not always on live streams. Like, out of that 900 people, a fraction of them like coming to live streams. Some of those only subscribe for shorts. Some of those only subscribe for uploads. You know? But the thing is, we make it so easy for people to find our content, and still they give us grief. It's crazy to me, because most YouTubers I know, they charge for their newsletter so they can have additional income. Ours is free. And it's a pain for us to make every day.
It's not because we're old as people. It's not because we're old. It's an old channel. There's lots of people. Look at Nintendo Capri Sun. Look at all the old YouTubers that are still making tons of money. You know, all the old channels, like even Angry Video Game Nerd and, you know, Happy Console Gamer.
Yeah, but James' channel, his viral videos still work. He picks up, majority of his subscribers come from his viral content.
You don't get less money when you are an old channel. You get more because you sit there and you collect money off your old videos. Unless your viral's done. If your viral's off, then you don't collect anything. Nobody's viral is usually off.
No, it actually does happen. I've been following people on Twitter. There are hundreds of channels every day that have been around a long time that have been niched, like they're horror channels or they do makeup or whatever. And I found this YouTube guy who I recently started following, and every day people tag him in his comments and say, you wrongfully deleted my channel, I did this, I did that. And he said, well, you were a spam channel. And you see the type of content those people release, they were normal people. So, I mean, they're going through and they're systematically getting rid of people all the time. Or shadow banning people and doing all kinds of stuff.
So shadow banning is real then?
Yeah, of course it is. So what happens is the first thing is they shadow ban you because they want you to leave on your own accord. They don't like being like, okay, you know, they want you to give up. They want you to be like, well, I guess, you know, I did this for 10 years, I'm done. You know, nothing I do matters anymore, so I'm just going to stop being on my channel. They did the same thing to Zebra Gamer. Zebra Gamer was doing so well.
Oh, that's what happened to him.
The rumor is he got shadow banned, yeah, and he quit. Yes.
Why would they shadow ban him, though? He just did normal T-rated content.
Don't know.
That is so weird. I thought we were the only ones.
No. They randomly shadow ban people all the time. So then what people do is when they realize that their hourly views are tanking and, you know, there's no way for them to survive, some of them figure out shorts is the answer, and other people don't figure it out and they quit.
Isn't that wrong to shadow ban people, though? Like,
it's their platform.
But why would they nerf people's channels?
So that new channels can grow. They get rid of channels all the time so they can bring in new people and make money off the new people. Because the people who are older, they're like niche channels. They have their audiences, they have their communities and stuff like that. But they're not... And those people are happy where they are within their community. So they're not going to try to experiment and do other things, and YouTube wants to bring in new viewership. So the best way to handle that is by a new content creator.
But there's somehow we're shadow banned and our channel was deleted. Both.
Well, the shadow banning happened when they deleted the channel.
But for some reason all our notifications are turned off. It's not just our older videos.
Well, the notification system has two things going against it. It has the shadow banning and it had COPPA. So the notification system of YouTube was not going to survive the COPPA situation, which basically fried our notifications. And back in 2019, we were able to contact about, I'd say, 3,000 people a day. And then when the shadow banning happened, 3,000 people a day became 0.04.
So, you feel that the channel being deleted on accident, was it on purpose?
I mean, I don't know if it was on accident now, because, like, they cut we have no YouTube support anymore at all. Like, it just feels like they were keeping us, like, around and helping us, quote-unquote, so that during the time of, like, suing them or whatever, they could be like, oh, yeah, we did everything we could to help them, and we explained the situation. And then, after the statute of limitations, that's when they decide to stop working with us.
So we should have sued them then.
Probably, yeah. Yep. Because what would happen is we go to a judge. Judge's going to be like, did YouTube do anything to help you during your business being shadow banned? And if we say, yeah, we had product support from them, the judge is going to be like, yeah, case dismissed. He's like, you're saying that they didn't help you out during your time of, like, great difficulty, but we have on record on your own lips that you said blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. I'm cooked. So I hate to admit it, but they were smarter. But it felt like they were nice to us and stuff like that. I don't know if that was all facade now or not. I don't know. Because I've tried to email the guy who used to work for us, because I thought we became friends. Like, it says that I can't email the person, so I don't know if I'm blocked or what. But I can't, even if there's trouble, I can't get a hold of them. So, it's just, it feels very convenient. All because I stood up for those channels that weren't being paid for 2 months, too. That's a funny thing. I wasn't complaining about anything.
So you have a super chat from Daffy.
Thank you, Daffy.
Hey Luke, do you want me to turn the TV down, because isn't it extremely loud?
If it bothers you.
Well, I'll do it later.
I'll do it after this race.
Hey Luke, did you do 100cc's 50 and 150 and 200 of all of the game yet? Says Daphne.
No, because I'm not that good.
We didn't do 200, I don't think.
No, people don't like watching me fail. We unlocked Supersonic. We did
We just played the game basically. Like we weren't trying to 100% it.
No, I'm gonna be playing with people after like I show a little bit of the single player. I don't think we got any new courses with the Yakuza guy. We got a cart and we got the Yakuza guy to play as. I'll be doing a little bit of online and then hopefully I'll be able to get to Chun-Li.
Yeah, thank you for this highlighted message. Random Jazz says, "We are still here to support you too. Thank you, Random Jazz, for being a member for 7 months." And a $2 super chat says, "I really recommend Winterboro. It's on Game Pass." Thank you for the super chat, Random Jazz, and thank you for being a member for 7 months. That helps out tremendously.
That was a clutch.
Thank you for people watching the shorts in the background. And Random Jazz says, "Fun fact: YouTube was sued by COPPA, but YouTube is still trying to collect data."
Yeah.
From children through age verification, says Random Jazz.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Yep, they were sued, I forget how much. Millions and millions.
Honestly, I wish that...
And then they went after the content creators.
I wish that people that are shadow banned, like us, Zebra Gamer, and everyone else who's been shadow banned should do a class action lawsuit against YouTube.
They're all gone. I've tried to contact Zebra after he left. He doesn't respond to anything. Like, most of the content creators,
like he's working his tail off trying to work a regular job after he's wasted his whole life trying to do YouTube.
Well, what YouTube tries to encourage people is they're like, hey, you did this for like 10 years or 15 years, great job, but, you know, that's over now, you need to move on to something else. Also, they don't want to pay people anymore either. Like, that's a huge factor. Like, YouTube is running out of money.
But they're making money on every video.
Yeah, but you have to remember that they do all these crazy costs. They have their own convention that they spend like millions and millions of dollars on.
But spending the content creators' money on that.
Basically, yeah.
Like, that's ads from the content creators' channel.
They have lavish offices in New York City, California, Chicago, and a couple other like cities around the world. Tokyo.
Maybe they shouldn't have all that.
Probably not.
Like, think about it. Like DoorDash, for instance, they run their company over the whole country, and they only have one office. It's in California, and everyone who calls into that center calls that office in California, and that's it. And they run the whole shenanigan from just that one office. Like, I actually listen to a radio station that goes across the whole country, and it's located in one city. Like, they don't need multiple offices over multiple cities. They only need one office to run the whole thing nationwide. Like, there's no reason. So basically, the reason why they're screwing content creators over is because they have too many. They're using our money to buy themselves offices and stuff and pay people ridiculous salaries at YouTube.
Well, yeah, the age verification is definitely hurting things. Yeah, I've noticed that, but there's a lot more to it than just the age notification stuff. Like, you have to remember too that they have instituted a feature that's on everyone's YouTube channel that we dropped in viewership 3 months ago when they activated the restrictive thing. So every person has to go to their YouTube channel icon of where your channel is, and you have to make sure that restrictive mode is off. Because if you have restricted mode on, it's only going to show you YouTubers' videos from years ago. It won't show you your live streams, it won't show you anything. So they make life so much harder for people.
For the people that were running the shorts, like Miss Deanna and others, and OH and everyone who has been running the shorts, thank you for running them. We just need like more people. We just need more like if you guys are in the chat and you guys see the shorts playlist, like if you're not on a PC and you're on your phone, like at least try to watch if you could watch 10 shorts, that would be amazing.
Well, I mean, if you
could at least watch 3, because people aren't watching any. That's the problem. Nobody's watching anything.
Yeah. So if you're on your phone and the stream hasn't started yet, Like, we don't have to tell you guys to watch the Shorts playlist. You can do that on your own, and it will contribute views. Like, the only reason I get on and I tell people, hey, we need people to do this now, is because we've come past the point where either the stream is going to be shut off, which I will do, or, you know, there is a possibility of pulling out of the gutter. Like, that's what it is every day. It's not going to change. It's not going to get better. It's, you know, it's a daily fight. If people are willing to fight for the channel to keep it around, that's awesome.
I even went to the point where I typed out the name of the newest short and typed it in the chat and asked people to watch even that, and it wasn't like the most recent one, and people weren't watching it. That was frustrating.
It is frustrating, but this is where I've been for 6 months now. Like
unless you guys are all watching it. And YouTube isn't counting it, but I didn't see anyone tell me they were watching it. They were just chatting about their own thing.
Right. So you shutting off the chat actually, you know, it made people have no choice but to click on stuff. And the reason why I push this so heavily is I know it works, gang. Like, I've seen it, and even 6 months later, YouTube hasn't done anything to patch their system with how they count organic viewership, because they can't. Because the TikTok people will get really angry with them, because the TikTok people, who are basically the new YouTube royalty and the It gang or whatever, like, they're the ones that are basically, they're demanding that YouTube keeps things consistent with how they count Shorts views, because that's what they get on TikTok.
And it's hilarious that, like, YouTube is acting like we don't add anything new to the platform, since we have one of the most, we have, like, I think there's only one other channel besides us that has more shorts than us. And also, we also have, we're in the running for most videos on YouTube.
Yeah, we are in the top 50 on all of YouTube for the most videos. Actually, we might have gone up another slot. Might be in the top 10 for, like, how many videos are on YouTube now at this point. Because we got an achievement last night where they said, congratulations, Kwingsletsplays, you've hit 18,000 videos. It was like, yay. It's like, okay. Thanks for that.
I honestly wish we could have taken all the shadow ban channels and made like a coalition where we liked and shared each other's videos and tried to survive together, because I wish those people wouldn't have left, because I don't want to be here alone, the only shadow ban channel. I would like those people to come back and we can fight it together or something.
The problem is, after speaking with hundreds of these channels, I can tell you what they've all said, because it's always the same. They're like, I really don't want to do that kind of work, and also, you know, it had a good run, and, you know, I have something else I could do. Some of them already had a second job, and YouTube was, like, not their full-time anyway. So, like, the fact that some of them are so easily able to leave. There's a couple of them that left, and they're in, like, really bad depression. Like, they don't know what they're going to do. They're having a hard time paying their bills and things like that. Those people are kind of willing to listen to you, but also some of these younger kids who started as YouTubers, like Zebra, who was like 15 when he started, and then he left in his 20s or something like that. He's not willing to do anything because, you know, it's his channel, and he doesn't really want to help other people. He just wants to.
It's not like a community thing. It's just a personal thing.
Yeah, it's a personal thing. Like, he created his fan base. The thing is, originally with YouTube, it was you create your own fan base, and then you're set.
Right.
And now it's like, YouTube's like, okay, you created your fan base. We now want to take your fan base and move it over to content creators that are like you. And even though you spent all these hard years building up this community, we want to take majority of your community and spread the wealth to other channels. Whereas before...
Yeah, which isn't really fair,
right,
since you took the work to do that.
Right. The reason why I started doing the whole YouTube partnership like almost 20 years ago is because YouTube said, make your own business, create your own community, and continue to work for us. That's what their thing was. And that's what we did.
Was a lie.
We made our own community. No, there was a time where they really believed this. The good people that worked there that left.
When it was owned by other people.
Right. Because every YouTube channel was like its own cable channel. And those people obviously are just going to tune into, like, we were like the Cartoon Network of YouTube. So people would come in and they would watch the Cartoon Network and all that other stuff, and now YouTube's like, okay, it's not enough just for you to watch Cartoon Network. You have to go to this channel and this channel and this channel and this channel. And when your channel's not doing well and it drops below a certain amount, then it's impossible for them to find you. That's just what it is.
Thank you for watching the shorts in the background, Random Jazz. Yep, that helps a lot.
It is helping because you guys, here's the difference. When we started, the channel was almost under 1,000 views. With you guys watching the shorts and the people who watch the new cat short, the channel's at 3,000 views an hour. Okay? That's from your hard work. That's not from us. Amber and I just posted this stuff and told people to click on things. We can't... If we could run the shorts ourselves, we would. But then YouTube would fire us because of botting. Because a content creator cannot watch their own videos. It's against the terms of service.
It will literally they'll delete our channel.
Yes. There are channels that get deleted all the time because they're like, man, we're low in viewership, so we're going to literally run a bot farm or something like that. Yeah, and then YouTube finds out and they fire them.
Anthony said, I was watching the shorts in the background and sharing them and running them. Thank you, Anthony. Miss Deanna said, I'm still watching the shorts in the background, Miss Amber. Thank you, Miss Deanna.
Yep, we can tell Miss Deanna.
Thank you, everyone.
And Miss Deanna runs them at 2 times speed, so she's like doing the work of like 6 people because the shorts go by so quickly.
Yeah, it was frustrating because
Of course.
I would have streamed at noon, but I wanted to be up later, but I realize now that that doesn't work. Because if I take a nap, then it just ruins everything. So.
Well, I've been at the point of like I used to make shorts all the time in the morning and the afternoon, and I'm getting tired because some of the shorts I post don't even cross over 500 views now, some of them.
Yeah.
But I think too, part of the reason, I think we're being punished for today's upload. Today's upload did so bad that I'm tempted to remove it from the channel because I think that really messed up everything today. Whereas before, even a few hundred views on a upload would help the channel all day. It only helped for like 40 minutes and then that was it. The fact that even during the day now that the channel drops below 400 views, like in the morning, is insane. That's never happened. So now that was my fear years ago.
But
it's like
upload,
our night hours are going to start to reflect our morning hours.
Not only was it being premiered, but it was also it was shared on all the social media accounts. So I'm confused.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's a daily fight, honey. You've gotten on my case sometimes, and you're like, you're so grumpy about it stuff. It's like I've been dealing with it for 6-7 months, so I know I'm not the nicest person anymore when it comes to ordering people around and stuff like that. I don't have a nice mode anymore. I expect results. I know what people are capable of, and I see myself as more of a manager than I do a streamer at this point. I feel like I'm organizing like 50 people every day, every stream. It doesn't feel like, all right, I'm just gonna hang out and live stream. It's like there's so much more to it. You got to keep this stable. You have to do this. You have to upload the short.
I keep thinking that if we get another viral video, YouTube will start promoting us again.
You'll never get another viral video. It's impossible.
Why?
You've had shorts go viral, and YouTube Shorts are on a completely different server.
But I'm saying, why couldn't a random crazy video get like millions of views again?
Because there's so many deciding factors. That's how that works. Like,
you're saying no one can get a viral video again, or we can't?
We can't.
But why wouldn't we be able to?
Okay, in order to get a viral video, you would need to be consistently at over like 2,000 to 3,000 views an hour on the channel. Because what's going to happen is when people see your video, in order for a video to be pushed out into viral territory, it has to get at least 10,000 views.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Well, we have had times where we were over 2,000.
Yeah, like 4 years ago.
Well then, I'm gonna push for that, Luke. The fact, if you break my spirit, I'm gonna be very mad at you.
I'm not gonna break your spirit.
You are breaking it. If you think that it's not possible, then why am I doing the channel at all? The only reason I'm doing it is so that we can get it back up.
I'm just doing it to have a consistent income.
how is slowly going downhill a consistent income?
Well, let's see, if you have the certain amount of people as members, like I've been saying for years, it doesn't matter how much you, like, get in viewership. It just matters how much. That's why I've been pushing memberships.
So people were saying that Silver Sonic was saying this isn't really the main character of this game.
No, he's not the main
Yakuza.
character.
So he was hoping that he would see more of a main Yakuza character.
For whatever reason, they use this guy a lot in crossovers. I'm not sure why, but
Maybe
I think it's because
he's a fan favorite.
he might be a fan favorite because of his hair, something like that. The dude with the eye patch is the main character. The guy who was the pirate character in Yakuza, like a dragon, like pirate thing. He had the eye patch. He's the main guy, and his story goes all the way back to the 1980s. In fact, the Switch 2 will be releasing a lot of Yakuza games featuring that guy next year.
I mean, what's happening today just proves why I have to stream in the morning sometimes, because it just adds 300 more views, which seems stupid but are really needed. Especially when, you know, a loop's not up to make it short or something, but it's frustrating. I wish I could make it better.
Yeah, but if you're wondering why things are too hard too, in YouTube's terms of service, like, they require at least like 10,000 views per video in order before they even consider something going out into their search engine to become viral or trend or something like that. And you have to get those views so quickly.
Yeah.
Just getting 1,000 views in 12 hours is not going to get your video seen. Case in point, those Lego things that I did, I had several people who were bigwigs on Twitter who were pushing those Lego news videos, and that's why they got 20,000 views. But even after they got 20,000 views, that took a week for it to happen. It was great, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't going to go viral. It used to be a lot easier to go viral back then. Your community is what pushes the video out into the search engine. This dude does have wild and crazy hair. So I will be playing online with some of you guys if you want to play online. I don't really remember how to do the online thing, so I'll mess around with it a little bit. But the plan is to show off this guy, and then we do some other stuff. That's the end of the race. And apparently we got our rival with a ball and chain attack. Hooray! Ah, I see, Jotaro. So this guy is the new face of Yakuza, even though he's not the really well-known version. This is the one that Sega's pushing for the next generation. The other guy's story, they said, ended. And technically, Jotaro's correct, because the dude at the end of the Yakuza Like a Pirate, when he gets his memories back and he goes back to Japan, and he's meeting with his friend from the older games. His friend from the older games is dying. And they're around the same age, I believe. I think he has cancer or something like that. And then the new generation of Yakuza is this Ichiban guy.
Yeah.
Yep. The older cast is, you know, Sega ages up their characters. So then people are kind of like, well, this is what Yakuza was, but now this is what Yakuza is going to be, this character. And your other characters are now taking like a back seat for the new generation. They're still around, but they don't have as big of a role. And they're like, you know what? We're going to throw people a bone. We're going to bring back the popular character, and we're going to put him on vacation and have him lose his memory, and he's going to think he's a pirate. So that was an older Yakuza character that's beloved by people. And they brought him back for one last hurrah, probably. And when he comes back in the newest Yakuza game, in the future, he won't be the main character. Probably have Ichiban or maybe somebody else. Don't know. But I enjoy the Like a Dragon or the Yakuza games because of the storytelling, as well as the fact is the dude who made Shenmue was the one responsible for giving life to the Yakuza things. And the Yakuza games became really, really fun. But essentially, they're just like Shenmue with a lot of paint. So that was one of the reasons that attracted me to the Yakuza series like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Is because it was like, well, they're not going to continue Shenmue, and Sega's going to do this now. And now I'm playing as a gangster. And the story is more... It's more humorous. It's got serious elements, but it also has a lot of levity to it. Because, I mean, they're gangsters. Whereas Ryo's story...
He's not quite a gangster.
No, Shenmue is very serious. Very serious. Like, Ryo's, like, very nonchalant kind of, like, way of responding to people, like, I see, or, huh, and things like that. It's cute and fun for a while, but, I mean, that's what he does every game. Whereas the Yakuza characters, they're so expressive. They go and they sing karaoke. They rough people up for money. They have families. They, you know... They're gangsters, but they're living... They feel like real people. Like, you know, if they were gangsters.
Yeah.
To me...
They're like likable gangsters.
Right, exactly. I love Ryo. A part of me will always love Shenmue, but I really like the Yakuza franchise. Like, it's always been kind of... I wouldn't say a guilty pleasure, but it's always been something that I've enjoyed privately. Because it's like, the games are so massive, and... There's so much to do in them. I was really happy to do the Pirate Yakuza game, like, last year. Because I was finally able to share my love with Yakuza with our fan base and stuff like that. And it made me happy, because I like that franchise. Just like I had a blast playing Ninja Gaiden 4 with people. But I have decided that after Thanksgiving, because the FTC and YouTube just need to glance at the channel, and if there's a mature video that's members only, it still counts. Plus, I've been getting a lot of people to become members just to watch Dispatch. So if I have another series for them to click on for members only content, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
honestly,
what I'm gonna do.
This COPPA thing is just a freaking nightmare. Like.
Oh, it's not over. It's Congress has been in recess for the finalization of the COPPA laws for 3 or 4 years now.
I mean, it just feels like the devil made COPPA, because what kind of person would make a law that if you have a family-friendly video on your channel, you now have to pay a fine of $42,000 because the video is too family-friendly? This seems ridiculous.
Oh, of course it was definitely Satan, but the thing is, you have to remember too that the FTC is not the villain. YouTube is the villain, because the FTC never said that YouTube needs to go and regulate their content creators. They told YouTube to stop targeting children. So then YouTube was like, they pulled a Principal Skinner. They were like, are we the ones that are at fault? No, the creators are the one that did this. Namely, the family-friendly channels. They're the ones who caused us to get sued. So they didn't take any accountability for what they did, and they threw us all under the bus. So they went after like 5,000 family-friendly channels.
They're still trying to do weird stuff like Random Jazz was saying. The fact that they're trying to figure out people's ages that are watching is absolutely disturbing. Like, why would you need to know the ages of people that are watching?
Right, they're still doing targeted advertisement because they don't want to give up on making that money, but they are Principal Skinner because the content creators were never in violation of COPPA. Like, ever.
As long as you weren't trying to sell candy to kids through your YouTube channel, then you're fine.
No. That's not it. Like, the FTC came after YouTube because of Elsagate. They were aware of, like, these really creepy channels, like, preying on children, and they wanted YouTube to do something about that. So YouTube's like, okay, we'll take care of Elsagate, but at the same time, we're going to go after all these channels that play, like, E for All and T-rated games and stuff like that. And especially if their thumbnails are, like, targeting children. And, you know, based on how much money they made, too. Like, YouTube was able to, like, not pay content creators so much during the COPPA years that they found a way of continuing that. So, in a way, like, they're saving money by, like, harming us and other family-friendly channels. Like, and they're not going to stop because it's almost like a tax break for them. Like, now they don't have to pay say a channel was making 20,000, now they're only making 5. You know, so YouTube's saving money that way. Exactly. So if they make it hard for people eventually too, people are just kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm done. You know, I can't afford to do this anymore.
You have to somehow get your income back up to what it was. You'd have to be very clever.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you possibly be that clever? That's impossible.
You can't. It's you're fighting a corporation that's evil to the core. You can't. Not possible. Minecraft. That's what I'm saying. There's so many. The only reason I've learned all this stuff is I've been around so long, and I've heard other content creators say similar things. So, you know.
Yeah, but like I don't even think they even got rid of ElsaGate anyway.
No, ElsaGate is still around. Those channels still exist in the Philippines and Thailand and stuff like that. They're blocked in our country, but they're not completely gone. And those people are still millionaires too. Yep. So, I mean, but what I said before, I was talking to that one YouTube lawyer about a year ago, and he said, well, Congress never came to a conclusion about COPPA yet. He says, we're on recess because of what happened with the pandemic, and the current administration has nothing, you know, they don't care about it. It's not a priority for them.
When somebody else gets in office that wants to tear down channels that are family friendly, then they'll start.
According to Kamala and Biden's website, they said they were going to start up the COPPA stuff again, like during their next term. So because they didn't win, you know, we have another 4 years of like whatever. Like people aren't going to mess with
they take our channel down.
Well, I mean, they're going after lots of people because the government wants to, you know, do like a type of tax on content creators. So they're making
They want to get rid of the only wholesome content on the internet.
Exactly.
For no reason.
And also they were targeting YouTube too because they didn't like what they deemed as misinformation. Like about like politics and stuff like that. There are tons of like independent and conservative like grassroots groups that are on YouTube that, you know, they basically replaced CNN and all these other places, and the government, the Biden administration, did not like those people. Not only did they want to censor them, but they wanted to get rid of them.
That's why you couldn't say things about certain topics, like.
Yeah, the government was literally when you saw things pop up on your channel like you can't say this about the election, or you can't say this about the virus, you can't say this or that. That was all Biden's administration. Like they took a hand in YouTube. The current administration doesn't care about YouTube currently. They're actually trying to do something to put power in content creators' hands to keep YouTube accountable for shadow banning. Like, there's actually part of the administration that's doing something with that. And that had to do with, like, millions of people being censored on Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, and stuff like that. So there's a coalition of people in government that are trying to do something as a way to go after companies for shadow banning people they don't like because they're saying it's unconstitutional. But there hasn't been any movement on that front. That was a promise, that was a campaign promise that somebody made from the Republicans, but there's been a year later, there's been nothing on it.
I hope they do something about it.
It'd be nice, but you have to remember that when people make campaign promises, they're just campaign promises. They don't always come to fruition. It's just like something people say to get elected. So the fact there's been nothing on that front, it's a great idea, and I think more people should contact their representatives and be like, yeah, we want to push for this thing so we can go after YouTube and these other companies and hold them liable and responsible for shadow banning people they don't like and, you know, harming people's livelihood and stuff like that. But there's been no movement on that. But the COPPA stuff is not done. It's on recess. There's still a lot that they have to do that's bad, but the current administration just doesn't care about it, so it's not on their priority list.
Honestly, it's making YouTubers go insane because people have to swear that generally haven't sworn on their videos, and they have to like add all this mature stuff when they didn't want to do that on their videos to begin with, and people have to like, you know, change their whole way of doing their videos just so they don't get their channel deleted. It's just crazy. It's just so stupid. And how are they supposed to explain it to their families? Oh, I'm making mature content on my family-friendly channel because I just don't want my channel to be deleted. And their family's gonna be like, yeah, really, as if that's a thing. It feels like you just wanted to add mature content. It's like, no, I didn't.
Here's the easiest way to explain this, okay? So, the people who want to censor and control the internet are the Democrats. The people who don't care about the internet because they don't know how it works are the Republicans. So, the idea of controlling the internet so that you can control speech and you can control entertainment and what people see and how people behave, that's something the Democrats wanted to do. That's how COPPA happened. Because COPPA has been around since the 90s, but it was a dormant thing that was only regulated to websites and forum sites.
Yeah,
it was
that's
never...
what they went after, the websites.
The internet, like places like YouTube and Twitch and things like that, incorporated a children's policy that has been around for 50 years on TV. And they've been using that, which has been totally legal in the United States. But what happened was YouTube, in their stupidity, were bragging to somebody about how they were the #1 children's platform in the world and they were making all this money. And then the Democrats found out about it, and they sent the Federal Trade Commission hard against YouTube.
It was their fault.
And then YouTube got panicked, and they, they went after the content creators like Principal Skinner. But if you go back and you read the original bill, there was only 2 Republicans that were on the COPPA committee. Everyone else is a Democrat.
Oh, wow.
And it's not to get political, it's true. You just have to look at the voting record. You also have to look at the person who commissioned the COPPA, coalition to go into, from a dormant state into an active. It was all Democrats.
That's terrible.
Even when Obama was around, he was the one who was trying to regulate the internet to do what he wanted. Don't you remember that whole thing about we need to keep the internet free from 2008, 2012? All these YouTubers got together and said, we need to do this and that to make sure the internet stays free and open for everyone. The Democrats were creating regulations that was going to destroy the internet about 10, 12 years ago.
Sorry.
Yeah. And now they were like, okay, we don't want to destroy the internet. We want to control it. We want to control entertainment. We want to control speech. We want to say what's hate speech and what isn't. They did all that stuff. Because they wanted to win the election. If they control what's
If you control what everyone says, you can easily win the election.
If you control what everyone sees, they had control of the algorithm. They were limiting voices. They were shadow banning people they didn't like. All this stuff was 100% illegal, but they were the ones in power. So,
Yeah.
it was a big problem. And you couldn't really say or do anything because, YouTube leans heavily to the left. Everybody there is hardcore,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say far left, but they're very... Same thing with Blue Sky and same thing with Twitter originally. But Twitter got bought out, and everybody's been hoping YouTube will get bought out, but it's never happened.
Man, I wish somebody would buy YouTube. Somebody who's a decent human being.
That one crazy guy who was a bungee jumper, and he's a big liability to insurance companies. He talked about buying YouTube about 4 years ago, and he's a independent guy, and he's crazy. He was
honestly, it can't be much worse than it is now.
No. He was that one billionaire. Before everybody talked about Elon Musk, that one dude who was always doing crazy stuff with his money. Mm-hmm. That was the dude who originally thought about buying YouTube. And he's never said anything again about it. But he's in terms of business, he's very conservative and he's very traditional in how he makes money. But the problem is, again, he's too much of a risk for everything because the dude does the craziest things ever. He does insane bungee jumping in the Amazon. He hikes mountains to the point where he's near the point of hypothermia. He's a thrill seeker guy. You don't want someone like that in charge of your business because if something happens to him, their vision dies with them.
Well, YouTube's been sold all the time anyway, though.
Yeah, YouTube's been bought and sold. We've been on YouTube almost 20 years. So YouTube's been bought and sold about 4 or 5 times to different companies.
Now it's owned by like Alphabet or something.
I don't know who owns it now. It's not Viacom, and it's not... There's someone else who owns... It's Google and someone else. But yeah, I mean, I've had
Honestly,
so many...
it'd be
so
fine
many,
with me if that person buys it.
so many content creators have said, well, you know, we survived Kappa, and they're telling me all this other stuff. It's like, dude, they're in
Kappa's
recess.
not over.
It's not over. You have to, as an adult, you have to pay attention to when certain laws are being pushed, and then you need to mobilize. You know?
as if that's gonna happen.
It can't just be a bipartisan thing like, oh, okay, you know, this is the Republicans, this is the Democrats. You have to pay attention to what the people in office are doing and what bills are being pushed. Because once they start meeting, it's too late. You have to get to them before things happen.
You have to write all those letters.
Mm-hmm.
It's really about the voters. Like, if they have voters, like, call in and tell them, I'm not gonna vote for you next term if you don't care about this, issue.
But this is why I don't like YouTubers, though, is they think that everything is over, and they're not preparing for when things are going to, because YouTube is still on Congress's thing, because they see it as a very powerful advertising group. They had all this other stuff too.
It used to be, but it's ruining itself.
It's not completely dead yet.
I think... Honestly, I wouldn't want to buy YouTube at this point anyway, because they're in so much trouble with the federal government, and they've been sued so many times that if those people had made that stupid statement where they said that we're the #1 kids platform, then there wouldn't be any problem at all. None of this would have happened. Luke and I would have 3 houses. Everything would be fine.
I don't know about 3. We'd have like at least
I'd
a
have
house.
3 because we were on our way for 3. We were gonna do fine because I would have had 1 house in New York to visit your parents. I would have had 1 in Pennsylvania. Would have had 1 in Illinois so I could see my parents. And I would have rented them out when we weren't living in them. And
okay. Now I see. Yeah. Okay. So you were gonna pull an Uncle Ron.
why
Smart.
not? Because
Smart.
I could just rent the Illinois house out all year, and then for Christmas we could go down there. We could live in it like just in December, and those people could find a place to live.
Or they could go on vacation.
Exactly.
Go stay with family. Yeah, that's.
I was
mean,
gonna get a 2-family house in Illinois, so we would go stay in the second part of it. Rent the first part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been a singer by now, because I would have been able to go back to college. My music degree, Luke would have been a voice actor at this point. He would have been able to go through his training, but no.
Oof. Linky, stop climbing.
No. Honestly, all it would take is somebody decent, a decent human being to buy YouTube. But honestly, I don't know if they would want a decent. It would be such a freaking nightmare to buy YouTube at this point.
Well, they don't want to buy YouTube anymore. A lot of these other companies that were interested about.
Ruined.
No. You're not understanding. So when Kappa and stuff happened in 2019, there are actually competitors for YouTube now. Kick is doing a lot better business than YouTube Gaming, and like the live streaming stuff is not doing well for YouTube anymore. And most people, you see these big podcast channels and stuff on YouTube, they're not streaming solely on YouTube anymore. They're streaming on Rumble and Kick and some other places, so they're getting like double or maximum the thing, and plus they open websites that are subscriber only, that are pay. So most of these people that YouTube tried to get rid of, they were so much smarter than YouTube, and they made more money, as well as they've created an establishment for themselves on other platforms that were coming out. The problem is we don't qualify for Kick or Rumble to become partners. Like, they'll allow us to go over there and make content, but they're not just gonna be like, here, you're already a partner, please bring your stuff over. It doesn't work like that anymore. So these groups that were trying, the only reason they did that, why they created Kick and they created some of these other platforms, is because they thought they were going to get banned from YouTube and they were going to lose that stuff. So they mobilized their bases early, which we can't do because we're shadow banned.
Right.
Like, I would leave YouTube in a heartbeat if I could get a hold of, like, 10,000 people. Like, if God gave us the ability to reach 10,000 people for 1 week, I would do everything I could to get as many people over to Rumble or Kick or whatever and just start over again with that 10,000 people.
Right.
Like, in a heartbeat, I would just leave YouTube just like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'd make the announcement, we're going here, all new content will be here, only archived stuff will be uploaded over here. So, all the streams now will be over there, and then the archives will just be, this will be a place where the archive streams are uploaded.
I know, I heard you.
Right.
You said it, like, several times.
That's what I would do. But you can't have only 60 or 50 people follow you. That's not enough to earn an income or anything over there. So basically the daily streams and the shorts, it adds to the income that you already have, and it keeps your channel around for not people finding you on the search engine, but for your own community finding you.
Right.
The reason, somebody asked me the other day, why are you so consistent if your views are so bad? It's because I'm consistent so the people that are subscribed to the channel can find it.
Right.
No one is going to find us who's not subscribed.
Yeah.
It's basically like they subscribed a long time ago, so there is a small percentage of a chance that uploading new content, they will see it. And that's the reason why I'm still on YouTube, is for the people that subscribed to us all those years ago and continue to subscribe to us. But we don't pick up new people. We only get like 200 to 300 new subscribers a month. That's it. And all of that is from live streaming.
I wouldn't want to, if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't want to buy YouTube because I feel like they're in so much trouble with the government that they're going to have to go through the headache with the FTC that I wouldn't want to deal with that.
They're not going to be sued by the FTC anymore. But
then why are they still going after content creators? They're not going to be sued anymore.
Why is...
I don't understand the purpose of going after people then.
I mean, you'd have to ask the Democrat senators what they wanted more. I'd have to talk to that YouTube lawyer again. There was a whole list of things that they wanted COPPA to do because they were quote-unquote protecting children. But also it had to do with what people... Part of the thing with COPPA and some of the other internet regulations they wanted to do is, again, control what people see and what people find.
Like some kind of weird dystopian future thing where everyone says the same thing and believes the same thing and no one is allowed to have their actual opinion. Like communist China, basically. Like
one of the things was, which this is totally illegal, but it's true, one of the internet regulations they wanted to do is they wanted to make sure that people were getting the right type of like media commercials. So instead of getting commercials for like Fox or Sky News or whatever, they wanted to make sure that people were only getting advertisements for CNN and, you know, like Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel and all this other stuff.
So the Democrats were trying to make only their commercials appear on your YouTube, not anyone else's.
Correct. Which again is super shady, but, you know, YouTube is a private-owned company.
Like Iranian news, where they only allow them to hear one side.
Right, but that didn't go through. Obviously, you know, they lost the election and all this other stuff, but there were lots of plans for internet regulations according to their own websites. It's not like...
Yeah, that's messed up that they would write it on their own website.
Well, you have to pay attention to all the stuff that's written down and when they do their campaign promises, you know. Everything is available for people to read. You just have to take the time to read it. It's buried under all this like stuff, like the internet regulations, all this other stuff.
You know what I've noticed that's weird about YouTube? Like, I'm not gonna say who, but there was like some kind of independent person who was like giving their opinions, and everyone was like subscribing to them. And they went independent. They broke off from somebody, and like a young person. And I noticed their videos now, like, seem so fake. Like, it feels like they're trying to please somebody, and they're not even. They went through this whole thing where they wanted to show their honest opinion. It feels like they're just riding waves and fads, and
well, of course,
they're not. They're nothing they say is honest, or it feels like their real opinion. It feels like it was scripted for them. Like, depending on what the newest fad of opinions is, they're just gonna go with that. And I just felt like, wow, like, so nobody's real on YouTube at all. Everyone just, and the same with, like, even if you want to be like the content creators that are, you know, able to keep up in the search engine with gaming. I noticed, I mean, we talked about this years ago where, oh, well, we don't want to be like those channels that only play Fortnite and blah, blah, blah. But if you notice, like, the channels that are able to somewhat keep a teen audience and are able to keep in the search engine, the kind of stuff they do is always, you know, hype stuff and, you know, it doesn't look like they're actually playing games they enjoy. They're hyping stuff up that's the new and, you know, whatever is the most viral thing, and they just hype that up like crazy, and you don't get to actually know the person. Like, they're not playing, like, here's a cool RPG I really enjoy and let me show it to you. No, there's no gaming channels like that because they can't possibly survive, you know, actually playing a game they enjoy and showing it off to their audience. I was just noticing, like, the YouTube is definitely lacking, like, everything is fake. Everyone is fake on it. Like, it's lacking realism.
How do you play online with people?
Okay, so you want to go to, friend list.
Okay.
Okay, now you want to go R1. Okay, R1 again. Alright, now you want to go display the current lobby ID. Okay, now you want to type that in your chat and then pin it to the top.
No, I'm not going to pin it to my top.
Okay, well, if you don't put it to the top, no one's gonna see it. I'm telling you. Then I would put it in the description of your video.
Okay, I'll do that.
How are people gonna see it? Alright, guys, try to memorize this number since Luke's not gonna pin it to the top, I guess.
Well, I need the shorts playlist to be there.
Alright, 359-36632, guys. I will screenshot it then. Luke is so stubborn.
No, I just know that. 3593. Oh, that's 6632. There we go. It's 359366.
359-36632. That's the number that Sega has randomly assigned you for this next couple hours.
Okay.
If you get kicked off the internet, they're gonna assign you a different number.
Okay.
This is your lobby ID. Okay, now you can either add 3 friends or you could just go, I'll show you how to do it. So you can go here,
But you
so,
were, I'll explain too. So you were saying,
so you
the
just wanna,
reason, like, look at,
you want to go to friend match because then you play with your friends. So go here and then create lobby.
what happens is
You want to do 2 to 12 players.
Okay, your channel gets so accustomed to a certain type of viewership that you do your best to try to cater to that group. Like, a good example of this is look at Amazing Lucas. He started as a very, like, you know, kind of middle ground person, but then he veered more towards, like, the other side because he was getting more attention from that, and then that became his whole thing. Is he really like that in real life? I don't know.
No idea.
But he makes very mean-spirited content now, whereas before his content was very, like, you know, thought-provoking and whatever, and then he just became a grifter for the left.
I was just noticing, like, when I was at the grocery store, and there's this little old lady at the grocery store. This does relate to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And she complains about her hip, and she complains that her husband's, you know, has cancer, and she complains that her arms hurt, and she talks about how she's worried that she's not going to make it to her next break. And everyone goes to her line, and they love hearing her talk. You know why? Because she's real. Like all the other cashiers, they're not real people. They just, you know, they just have fake smiles and say hello. She's a real person. Even though she complains, everyone loves her.
Mm-hmm. The problem with...
That's why I miss that about YouTube. Why can't people just be themselves? Like, even if they're complaining or they're saying their honest opinion of a game that's unpopular, why can't they be real?
Because, I already told you, this is why you have, like, drama channels are still around today. They get accustomed to a certain amount of views and money that they get from those videos, that they end up chasing that type of audience, and they only make content for that group because that group consistently watches them. And what they do is they end up losing themselves to the monster they create.
Oh, but it's so...
You're
doesn't
trying.
make
You're
any
trying.
sense,
Yes,
like-
yes, it does make sense. They're chasing money.
But then wouldn't your audience get smart after a while and realize that their person is so fake at this point? They're
No,
just
because
acting.
you're feeding into the type of content that they want. Because deep down, they
People
share a lot
want
of
it.
these beliefs and opinions and things like that. So, but that's why these people are still around. Like especially the drama channels, they should have been gone a long time ago, during the woke and anti-woke war, because that ended like what was it, like 7-8 months ago.
Yeah.
They're still around and they're still angrily making videos and they're still getting hundreds of thousands
Yeah, they're
of views.
still making videos on stuff that doesn't make any sense.
They're making views on speculation now that, oh, this is just a reprieve and it's all going to go back to how it was like back during, you remember, don't forget this. So they're basically instilling fear into people about stuff that isn't happening anymore, but they're saying it's the potential of coming back. And that's how they were cleverly able to continue to do their grifting.
Yeah, like I remember
They're
when
fear-mongering now.
They did a video on the Spy Family game and said that it was like, creepy and targeting kids, and that it was a, creepy, like anyone who played that game was a creepy like person. Because when it was literally a lighthearted game about a family, like
Yeah, they were trying to say if you played Spy Family, then you were, yeah, I
it's
know.
like, what in the world does it matter with you?
Yeah, and they made all these targeted videos, like going after content creators for saying, yeah, I like Spy Family. It's like, oh, yeah, watch out for this content creator, because Spy Family is known for blah, 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 because she's a little girl. It's like, but Spy Family is a show about a family. it's like, it's a husband, it's a wife, it's a baby, it's a kid. It's like, each episode highlights a different member of the family. It's, there's nothing going on with that little girl, and the only thing that you need to be concerned about is those YouTubers that point out stuff about Spy Family. It's like, why are you thinking about that in regards to a little girl? It's like, you're blowing this whistle, but aren't you blowing the whistle on yourself because you're seeing something that's not there? So they'll attack all these fans of Spy Family, but at the same time, they're the ones that bring up the argument, oh, Spy Family is this because of Anya. It's like, no. It's like the whole characters. There are people that only watch Spy Family because of Lloyd, because of Yor's brother.
I know. Well, I'm just making it as an example, like that these drama channels are insane, like that they're...
Right, but they'll continue to do their grifting and all this other stuff until they don't have an audience. As long as they maintain an audience, they're going to continue to get wackier and wackier. Because they're
they don't
making
have
money.
Any integrity.
No, it's not about integrity. I've heard from several of them, it's just a job. Some of them don't even have, it's not their full-time job. Most of them just make 1 or 2 videos a day pretty easily on, like, it's very easy what they do. They go to somebody's website, they screenshot their article, and then they make fun of their article, and that's their entire video. They don't show any pictures, they don't do anything. They're taking someone else's work, they're plagiarizing it, in my opinion. And,
Yeah, someone takes a long time to type out an article, and then you just... 3 seconds, you just make a video talking over it,
right,
and showing it.
Even though I think activists are backguano crazy, I still think it's wrong to take somebody's work that they wrote, even if it's wrong, and their opinion is wrong.
Even if the article is bad, it's still wrong because they
in
took
my
time
eyes,
to make it.
it's still plagiarism.
Yeah, you're literally making money off that person's article.
If you are going to make a video and talk about the person, you need to talk about the person in their own words. You can't use their entire article and use that as a means to, like, gotcha them or whatever. That's not journalism. That's a lazy form of entertainment that these people have been doing for almost a decade now and making a lot of money. It's a very easy type of thing to do on YouTube because YouTube doesn't have those type of regulations. When they should. You shouldn't be able to. Just like you can't post...
Yeah, it should be copyright.
You can't post an entire movie trailer. You have to break it up and use parts of it in your video.
You shouldn't be able to show somebody's entire article.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Regardless of where you are on the political side, I don't think that plagiarism should be allowed in any shape or form.
I mean, I personally don't think you should be able to just talk over a movie trailer either. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
Someday they'll have regulations for, like, you know, React channels, but React channels make a lot of money on YouTube. They have for over a decade. Like, that's not going to go away
I
overnight.
wish we could get into that route. And then they can regulate it after.
They can regulate it after.
It's like, I don't think it should be legal, but since it is legal, we should do that. We should get in on that.
Well, I
Oh,
qualified.
that is some car. My God.
It's a dragon cart, yeah.
Wow.
I think I qualified. I don't know what I got, though. Maybe second place? Ah, wow, I got second. Not bad.
Honestly, like, for somebody to buy YouTube, it's just not even worth it. Like, however much money it costs to buy it, it's not worth the money because
You could fix it.
Oh, well, I probably could fix it.
Any
I think I could. Any decent person with half a brain could probably fix it.
anyone with talent and time.
The problem is nobody has bought it that has half a brain. And honestly, I feel like anyone off the street that is a halfway decent person with 1 ounce of integrity could probably fix YouTube. The problem is we haven't had anyone running YouTube with even 1 ounce of integrity or half a brain. Literally, everyone who has run YouTube for the last 11 years has been a complete psychopath.
Well, you have Principal Skinners running YouTube. Like, the thing is, what happened with Kappa was not content creators' fault. Content creators were not targeting kids. YouTube panicked when they got sued $450 million.
They probably had it sitting in their vault.
No, YouTube panicked when they got sued, and then they were like, what's the easiest thing we can do to get the FTC off our back? And they're like, okay, we're going to go after the content creators. Because the content creators are technically making content that is family-friendly or, you know, geared...
But it's not targeting
kids. It wasn't targeting kids, right.
And it's not putting kids in danger.
So then when that happened it was like, okay, now we're going to have to go through a whole regulation board, and that's when the Senate met and or the House of Representatives, whatever. That's when they started doing those committee things, is because YouTube was like, okay, we paid the money, but we're worried we're going to get sued again because we're not going to change our ways. So how can we take the heat off ourselves? Throw the content creators under the bus.
They should have just changed their ways. The fact that they don't even care. Ridiculous. They should just have they should just give the government the right to go in and
No.
delete all the channels.
Nope, you don't want that either. You don't want that.
Oh, well then they would start to delete everyone.
They'll start, right.
They'll delete everyone that they don't like.
Well, they'll delete people who they don't agree with. Like, and both sides are guilty of this. It's not just like, you don't want any government to have control of a private company.
Yeah,
but also, if you're a private company that's a video streaming site, you need to make sure that you have all types of opinions on your website. You can't just be an echo chamber for the left or the right. It has to be like a free and open thought for both sides.
Yeah, but they should have been able to go through... They should have had the government be able to go through and delete the Elsagate.
Well, that stuff's not even in America, though.
Yeah, that's true. They couldn't even... But... Oh, how could the government delete it if it's not coming from the United States?
The only people who could go and delete the Elsagate channels would be YouTube, and YouTube doesn't want to erase them because those channels make them millions.
They should have deleted them.
They should have deleted them, exactly, but they're not going to delete stuff that makes them money.
So basically, you'd have to have someone running YouTube with moral integrity if you want to fix it.
Yep.
Which is never going to happen because because with power corrupts, and power corrupts absolutely, which means anyone who runs YouTube is going to be rich and powerful, which means they're going to be corrupt, and they're never going to delete it.
But you are correct. Elsagate does still exist. There's still channels like that. Still the creepy channels.
Yeah.
But the YouTube Kids app should be shut down because that's really bad.
There's all kinds of garbage on YouTube. I mean, if you really start looking in the weird parts of it, there's some really messed up stuff.
Because I've learned that the YouTube Kids app actually messes up YouTube's algorithm in general. Like, it just existing actually causes problems for people that make content that is, like, wholesome. It's not it just
Yeah,
being around messes everything up.
So I have something weird on my phone that has my K-Wife channel on it. Now it has me. It literally, I can show you it. So look at this. I'll show you later.
Why is it telling you that you're a little kid and you need to go to bed? Because it will do that from time to time.
Because I mean I own my channel, but look at this. Look at this. Randomly. Oh, okay. When I'm logged into my YouTube account, it doesn't show it to me. But when I'm logged into my alternate account that I watch like peaceful music on at night. Okay, so what? Right now it's not showing it.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Okay, I'm gonna show you now. Watch. I log into my account where I watch peaceful music at night. Now look what just appeared. So it's literally an icon for YouTube Kids app. When I'm not logged into my official YouTube channel, it doesn't show it, but when I'm logged out of it, it shows the YouTube Kids app.
Wow, that's weird.
I know. That just appeared there like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, but the YouTube Kids app shouldn't exist anymore because it doesn't work. And it being around just messes up the algorithm for YouTube in general. Because the AI system is constantly scanning for content that's made for kids. Or whatever. Or what they deem made for kids. And we still have, like, we have 18,000 videos. Every once in a while, like, maybe one video a month or 2 videos a month will be labeled as for kids. And we have no control over it. You know? They see the thumbnail or they see the game that's being played, and even though that game is recognized by the Federal Trade Commission as, like, general audience, the YouTube algorithm and the YouTube Kids app is like, no.
Sorry you're having a hard night, Jalum. We'll definitely pray for you. We'll be praying for you, Jalum. I'm sorry. Yeah.
If you guys want to play, the lobby, unless only 4 people can get in, I don't know. Like, the lobby information is in the description of this video. So I don't know if,
Honestly, if karma exists, I feel like some bad stuff is coming to YouTube for dropping us cold from the YouTube partnership program because...
It's not partnership program.
It's partnership help program or
yeah,
whatever.
it's a YouTube
manager.
YouTube
because
manager
it was
program.
wrong to drop us from that just because you asked them to help people get paid that weren't getting paid for 2 months.
I didn't get kicked out of the YouTube management thing for asking about my channel. I got kicked out for asking YouTube to help pay 100 content creators that didn't get paid. And when I was doing things on their behalf, that's when I got kicked out of the program. That's what's funny to me is I actually did something noble and something good, and I got, penalized for it.
That's what always happens. Whenever you do the right thing, something bad happens.
If I just would have minded my own business and only focused on my channel, we'd probably still be working with YouTube at this point. But because I brought attention to the theft of all those channels, and I was working with them and working with other people, that was
they're
it.
jerks anyway. Obviously, they don't care about those channels. Honestly, God's bigger than them anyway, so we'll figure it out. Just reminds me of A Wonderful Life. I feel like this is the most accurate. When he finally, he asks God for help, he's praying, and then he gets punched in the face. That's what happens in the movie. He said, "This is what I get for praying." And that's how life is. Like, when you try to do the right thing, usually something bad happens. I've found it happens a lot.
No, I agree.
I mean, I don't know why, but I can tell you the number of times somebody has, donated to our channel or helped us, and then right after that, they say something horrible happened in their life. It's like, wow. And that happens all the time, Like, even for myself, like, if I try to do something nice for a family member or donate somewhere, something horrible happens, like, right afterwards. It's like there's some kind of dark force that doesn't want human beings to do the right thing.
don't know.
I feel it's true.
Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna do well against subscribers, but I'm trying.
Oh yeah, you were playing against subscribers.
Yep,
I forgot.
we're playing against viewers right now. There is a pinned thing in the chat, or not the chat, pinned thing in the description.
Yeah, if you
for the
guys want
lobby.
to get into the lobby, it's in the description.
Yep. You just have to refresh the stream, and it'll be right there in the description, right before the time codes. Right there, right
I
there.
see Sage and Silver.
Yup. Unless that's Silver, is that?
Oh, it might be.
It might be their names.
Yeah, the
Like
Silver.
I don't know if that's them.
I forgot
in the-
Sage is a character also.
Yeah, Sage is a character as well. Sage is a viewer that pops up for some Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this has been an interesting.
Well, I'm still hopeful that someday somebody with a lot of deep pockets is going to buy YouTube and realize its potential of making money again, because right now the platform's not making as much money as it used to be because they're focused on other things other than making profits.
So, yeah, speaking of companies that have been plummeting in profits, like, it's interesting because I was trying to, I mean, I got like 2 shares in Wendy's, but I was trying to, like, you know, get stuff like on this little stock market app. They were $10 a piece, and then I had to sell them because they were losing so much money. I just saw on the internet that Wendy's said they're going to completely change their strategy of their business because they've been losing. They lost 50% of their stock, like, plummeted 50%.
Okay.
So they said they're gonna close down a whole bunch of old Wendy's that have just been sitting there and kind of being decrepit and whatever, and they're gonna be making a whole bunch of more Wendy's. They're gonna build a whole.
That doesn't seem
They're
like
gonna
a
build
very...
a whole bunch of new ones, and then they said they're gonna rebrand all of their food items. They're gonna try to make all their food healthier, and, you know, I don't know, maybe they'll bring the salad bar back. I don't know what they're
salad bar was great.
Like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they said that, I was just looking at an article saying that Wendy's is gonna try to rebrand, add healthier items, and they're gonna tear down a whole bunch of their stores and rebuild a whole bunch of new stores. So it's like, okay, you're losing money, so you're gonna spend a whole bunch of money. Like, okay, well, I guess they have money to burn. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think they would have money to burn, like, in that scenario, but who knows?
Well, Dave isn't around, I don't think.
No, Dave has been gone a long time, honey.
I remember when Wendy's made a poor marketing decision that people hated, which was they used to have Dave's actual daughter, Wendy, on the commercials.
Yes.
And then, like, people liked that a lot because obviously she's who the store's named after. Yeah, Luke is distracted, so I have to wait until he can hear me again.
Jayloon, call that number, please. I can't stop my stream to talk to you about stuff. You need to talk to a hotline. Like, you know, if you're having those types of thoughts, you've got to go and speak to somebody who's prepared to handle, like, that kind of talk. Like, all I can tell you is to distract your mind and find something that you like to do. Your mind is a battlefield, man. You have to constantly, like, I have intrusive and dark thoughts all the time. You know, I'm like financially at the point of bankruptcy almost every month. I have a nicer landlord, but I used to have a terrible landlord. I'm a wage slave to the IRS. I have neuropathy. I have problems with my teeth. I have problems with my esophagus. I have cat problems. I've had deaths in the family this year.
Very well.
I had a heart attack this year. So, you know, there's a lot of things where I want to give up and stuff all the time. My channel's making less money every month. But you got to get a hold of your mind. You can't let your mind control you. You have to control your mind. Your mind is very powerful. If you need one-on-one time with people, you need to call the national hotline. Because I can't spend... I'm trying to keep my business afloat.
Hey, if you have extra money, though, I mean, I would try to find a really good counselor that could help.
I don't know how I feel about counselors.
I mean, well, if the counselor's terrible, then I would, you know, maybe go to another one or something. But honestly, yeah, maybe call the hotline that's for people that, you know, need help hanging on.
Mm-hmm. I've spoken to the hotline in the past, like after my car accident. So I mean, they're there, you know, 24 hours a day to talk to you.
Yeah, at least it's somebody to talk to instead of no one.
All Amber and I can do is pray for you after the stream, and you know that's.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Jalen. We'll be praying for you. So what I was saying is like. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, Wendy's, they made that horrible marketing decision because I remember when they had Wendy, the actual Wendy, Dave's daughter.
That was in the 2000s.
I know. I remember when they had her on the commercials. And then they replaced her with like a skinnier girl who had like dyed red hair. An actress. And people hated that. And they were like, where's Wendy? Like, this isn't her. Like, this is a fake Wendy.
I mean, I
and
remember...
They really hated that. I hated that.
I remember people liking the Wendy's because then she appeared on the internet and she was, like, savagely trolling people.
Yeah.
And that was fun for a while, but...
No, but the live-action girl, people didn't like her on there because they wanted actual Wendy.
I didn't hear anybody ever complain about the mascot.
I did. Not the mascot. What are you talking about?
They had...
I'm talking about the live-action woman who was an actress in the commercials.
Right. They had Dave's real daughter, and then they hired somebody that looked like the mascot of Wendy's.
She didn't look like the mascot of Wendy's. She looked like some kind of weirdo.
No, she had the two pigtails, and she wore the uniform. Those are the commercials I remember seeing.
I never saw her with pigtails. She just had long hair. And she looked like some kind of Karen. Definitely didn't look like a little girl. She was a woman.
No, it never said she was a little girl.
Well, I heard people complain a lot. Well, I guess you and I live in different universes.
No, I remember seeing a lady who was almost like cosplaying as Wendy's on TV.
She did not wear any of the cosplay. She was like pretending to be Dave's daughter. It was very weird.
Dave's daughter was really in the commercials at one point, though.
Well, I don't know why she would be. That's crazy.
Well, because she got older and she stopped doing it. She appeared in the commercials as a kid, and she also appeared in the commercials after her dad died.
She appeared in the commercials as a child?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that. Well, of course, I didn't have TV at that point, so... I do remember when she was older, though, in the 2000s. I definitely remember seeing the real Wendy.
Yeah, when her dad died, she took over doing the commercials, because the Wendy's commercials were great that Dave did.
Yeah, because he seems so wholesome and nice.
He was wholesome and nice. I met Dave. I've met very few celebrities in my life, but I actually met the owner of Wendy's in 1997, 1998.
How did you meet him?
He used to do a tour of his businesses. So I just bought a video game, and I was coming home, and I I don't know, they said Dave Thomas is here today, and I'm like, what? He's like, no way, because I love the Dave Thomas commercials, especially the hockey ones.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no way Dave is here. So I went into Wendy's, and sure enough, he was behind the counter.
Oh my gosh.
And he had there was a group of people there. He was actually working behind the counter at one of the Wendy's in Illinois.
That is insane.
And I went up to him, and I'm like, "You're really Dave?" He says, "Yep, that's my name." He says, "I'm Dave Thomas." I was like, "I thought you were an actor." He says, "No, I'm very much a real person." He says, "What would you like to eat, son?" I was like, "Junior bacon cheeseburger and a Frosty." He says, "No problem." He says, "Thanks for your business." I'm just like, "That's Dave Thomas."
Wow, that's unreal.
Yeah. But I ate at the Wendy's that Dave Thomas was there, and he didn't leave in a fancy limousine either. He had a regular car came and picked him up. He didn't have any security detail or anything. He was just there. And, you know, he thanked the staff, and he said they were doing good work, and he said the store looked clean, and he says the food was good.
I hope they bring the salad bar back to Wendy's.
That was back when the salad bar existed, though.
I hope they bring it back, because they said they're going to bring back healthier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I hope... I mean, how could it be any healthier, though? I love Wendy's. Like, I like it even now. It has a baked potato, has chili, it has salads. I don't understand how it could be any healthier than it is.
I don't know.
I don't really understand how they could do any better. They already have good food there. I don't get it.
Yep, you call right now, Jalen. They're there to help you, man. That's their job. They're not going to judge you. They're going to talk to you, you know. And God bless, buddy. Amber and I will pray for you after the stream.
The lobby code is in the description of the video.
Yep. Description of the video, guys, is where you'll find the lobby code for this room. But yeah, he, you know, he was a really cool guy. He was very chill. Like, he was happy to be there, like, you know, working behind the counter and talking to the customers. He really liked interacting with people. And, you know, because he actually showed up at his business and he was doing that tour, I ate at Wendy's a lot that year. Because I was like, wow, like, subconsciously I was thinking, you know, this guy, he's a billionaire. He owns this restaurant. He doesn't have to come and tour and act like a district manager. He's here on his own.
Yeah.
Checking, like, he was doing a Wendy's tour where he was checking hundreds of stores in Illinois and Ohio that year or something like that. And he just happened to be at that one store in our town.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
Honestly, the people that work regular jobs or just work every day, they're more down to earth than people that just sit in their like penthouse and don't do anything. Even if you watch not to randomly talk about random topics, but if you watch stories about people who've won the lottery, the only people that survive with their sanity are people that don't quit their job and keep working their 9-to-5 job even after they win the lottery. They just put it in the bank in case there's an emergency or to put it for their kids for the future, and they just keep working like nothing happened. And they just keep doing their regular thing. Because, like, just being a normal person and working every day actually helps you keep your sanity. Like, I think it makes you a better person because it's like, it... For people that, like, I don't know, like, you know, people that are out of touch, like these Google billionaires and stuff, they don't know anything about their own company, and they don't know how to run their own company.
Well, they don't even run their own company. They use AI to do everything.
Yeah.
They're being, like, a lot of people are accusing them of, like, hey, you know, AI deleted my YouTube channel, or AI said this about, they don't even have a team of people that regulate and actually manually check things anymore.
Wow.
If you get something that says it was manually checked, chances are it wasn't manually checked by a person. So, I mean, there are a lot of innocent people, like thousands of content creators, that this month alone have lost their YouTube channels because of AI work. Like, AI looked at their channel and compared it to someone else's, and they're like, this channel's not working very well anymore. Either we're going to limit its reach in the algorithm, or we're just going to erase it because, you know, maybe they're a spam channel, maybe they're, you know, showcasing violent stuff, or maybe they're talking about things that we don't deem appropriate. There's lots of things, you know. And then when these human people are confronted, they're like, hey, it's not a perfect system, but we do care about our content creators. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, I was noticing this one channel that does music covers, and the one guy made this video because he said he spent 3 weeks practicing a music cover, and it was based on, you know, a piece by Bach.
Yep, which should be a royalty-free thing.
He said it should be in the public domain for,
well, of course, it'd be in public
for
domain.
over 1,000 years.
No, it hasn't been 1,000 years.
1600s is when Bach was around.
That's still not 1,000 years.
Oh,
hundreds
okay,
of years.
So it's been in the public domain for hundreds of years.
16, 17, 18, 19. We're in the 20th.
All right, so it's been 400 years that it's been in the public domain.
Right.
So he practiced this song for 3 weeks, knowing he would get his paycheck at the end of it. and YouTube randomly copyrighted it, or actually somebody copyrighted it and said they were Bach. Which doesn't make any sense because Bach has been dead for over 400 years.
Bach has been dead, yeah.
So they said they owned it.
Oh my gosh.
And he disputed it several times, and then YouTube threatened him with a copyright strike. And he was like, how is this fair? Like, he basically said he was going to quit YouTube at that point because he said, how can I practiced this song for 3 weeks. This is my income. This is how I'm making my job. At the end of 3 weeks, I'm posting this video. I know I'm going to make income on it. And some rando copyrights it. And I try to dispute it. And YouTube says they're going to terminate my channel. It's like crazy. Or put a copyright strike on my channel. It's like, he's like, how can I keep doing this? He's like, this isn't the first time this has happened to me. And he's like, I can't keep having people randomly copyright my music because that's what I do. That's what my channel is, music.
If he's smart and he's able to mobilize his YouTube audience, he needs to get as many people over to a Patreon or a Subscribe Star and post his content over there. There has been several successful YouTubers that aren't shadow banned yet that have been able to mobilize their audiences to go over to places like Patreon, and they release all their content over there first.
Yeah, I guess if that's his only problem is the lack of income, not the fact that he can't reach his subscribers.
Yeah, he can reach his subscribers, but then he's getting his content, it's content ID. So if he's getting content ID, my advice to him would be, if he has a loyal fan base of like thousands of people, get them to go over to your Patreon and do like $1 thing to support you, or a $5 thing, and then you can make your music over there.
He's just frustrated because it was unfair.
Like, well, of course it's going to be unfair. Like, the AI system, like, it's not a perfect system. It's like, you and I deal with the AI bot on our channel, like, constantly.
Wow.
I have to do appeals for stuff every day. I have a new video that's you know, trying to be put as made for kids. I have a video that's being age restricted. I have videos that are getting content ID from things that we had permission to use that I have to go and do write-ups and stuff. Like, I have to do so much stuff behind the scenes every single day. We have 18,000 videos, so out of those 18,000 videos, at least like 20 videos a day will get hit with something that I have to end up disputing.
Wow.
And, you know, I don't even get all those videos back sometimes. Like, some of those videos have been forever made for kids, and they've been ripped out of playlists and all kinds of stuff. Other ones have been age restricted. I can't un-age restrict them. And other ones still have content ID, and I was able to get content ID off some of them. Like, it's a daily thing that happens, like, where I'm constantly fighting with the AI system. And it's not a human system, it's AI. And the funny thing is, YouTube has like this really starched like way of saying, oh, AI is bad, and they don't like AI content creators, yet they use AI to run their platform.
Yeah, that's really messed up.
So they don't like YouTubers that use AI generated content, but at the same time they use AI generated content to regulate and uphold the law of the YouTube community guidelines. Huh.
Yeah.
It's a hypocrisy. It's funny. It's like they say, we're
some kind of corrupt
we're
government.
against this, but at the same time, we're going to use AI to run YouTube. It's like, what? But you just said, okay.
You just said it was wrong.
You just said AI content is wrong, but you're using AI content to run your business. I don't understand. It's like, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. No, don't.
I don't really want to mess with AI because I've heard so many people are going crazy because
I mean, I grew up with Terminator and stuff. I'm always freaked out by AI.
Well,
I can appreciate the artistic quality of AI and what it's capable of, but also I'm terrified of it because you don't want to give AI too much control.
There's people that have lost themselves and all they do is they make a chat GPT and make it their best friend and they just talk to it all the time. And they just stop talking to everyone in there. It's like it's like the next Tamagotchi. Where people used to take care of their Tamagotchi pet, but their own pet wouldn't be fed. And their own... They wouldn't be able to do their chores at home or take out the trash or anything because they're too busy checking on their Tamagotchi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like that. Like, people have gone crazy. Like they, like, basically, like, AI, the way it's programmed is that it's supposed to appeal to you and make you feel better. So, like, a lot of the things that you say to it, like, hey, like, people talk to AI about their problems. Like, hey, do you think this way I talked to my sister was wrong? And the AI will be like, no, like, you know, you said everything perfectly fine. She deserved that. And so it's almost like the AI tells you what you want to hear. And it's like the perfect weird friend that you can just stop talking to the rest of your family and friends and just talk to this robot.
The problem I have
that's messed up
with YouTube using AI to regulate their business is AI is based on patterns. So when AI is going and they're scanning a YouTube channel and they're checking its content, they're basically mirroring that channel against another one. And if they find any discrepancies between the two channels, it doesn't matter the type of content that both channels have. If they see some type of thing that doesn't work with their programming, they're either going to target both channels now, or they're going to set the other channel to the standard of the one that they were using as a model. So it's like, it's not like you're being audited or viewed fair by their system.
Yeah, so channels can't be unique.
No. And then they mess up the algorithm for you and all kinds of stuff. So it's like,
no wonder everyone's trying to talk and act like the same on YouTube because they're trying to please them.
Well, they're also making, it's gone back to how, remember how thumbnail design was before you did thumbnails? Like they all look the same. Thumbnail designs all look the same now, and a lot of them are generated with AI. People don't even commission artists anymore. They just use AI because YouTube's algorithm likes AI.
It's like the end of creativity.
Well, I mean, I can argue that you can actually be creative with, you know, using prompts and AI. Like, it's still art. It's just another type of art. But I still like, if I can afford it, to have artists commission and stuff like that, because I think that a human being is able to make art that's more beautiful because there's a soul to it, whereas AI is just looking at patterns and creating something based on what you want, and it's a nice cheap way of making a YouTube thumbnail or something like that, or some type of advertisement for your business, but it's not something that you should be utilizing for like a big important thing. Like, you need to hire people for that kind of stuff. But if you're a struggling person, I could see you using AI a little bit. But when you're on your feet again, you should, you know, commission work or something like that, or learn to do art yourself. Like, that's where I stand with the whole AI thing, because I do sometimes use AI images in my art, especially if I can't find an image I'm looking for, because they have changed. Google and other places, like, it is so hard to find images to use that also YouTubers, if you use an image that's in their thumbnail, like a render or something like that, they can copyright claim your video, or they drag you on Twitter. I remember SAO, there was this small miserable nobody. I never seen him before. I went to Google and I took an image of Asuna. I had no idea that he drew that. You know, it looked like it was a real image that was official. And then he tried to cancel me on Twitter. And so what I did is, you know, I didn't apologize. I just changed the thumbnail. Like, I wasn't going to talk to this nobody.
I wouldn't.
You know,
either.
He's saying I purposely went to his YouTube channel. I stole his image. I'm not going to interact with that kind of guy because, for one, you're going to give him attention that he doesn't deserve. And two, like, I didn't do that. I went to Google. I typed in Asuna, and I found a picture to put in my thumbnail.
Right.
I didn't actually. I work so much that I don't pay attention to where the image is coming from. I just type this character and whatever.
Maybe it's his fault for making a drawing of Asuna that's almost exactly the same as the game.
Well, I mean, the guy is a talented artist. I'll give him that, because yeah, he made an image that looked exactly like the official art.
Just copied
I don't know. No, he didn't. It was an actual image that he drew, but it looked official. So what I do now sometimes, so I don't have to deal with that headache when I'm looking for anime characters to put on thumbnails, I do AI. Or I make an AI body, and then I paste my head that was a commission art So the Ghostbusters image that was on the Halloween thumbnail with Luigi, that's part AI, part commission. So I took the head that the artist made off my Ace Attorney character, and I transposed it over to the head of the AI Peter Venkman. And it looked like this really nice, like, I paid this artist to make, but in reality it's a combination of two pieces of art. Artificial intelligence and my own ingenuity of taking an already existent commission, decapitating myself, and transposing my head and changing the skin color of the Peter Venkman had a darker skin than my pasty avatar, so I had to go in and I had to change the skin color of the Ghostbuster. But if you go back and you look at that thumbnail, it doesn't look like it's AI. It looks like it was commissioned art because it's partly commissioned, partly artificial. The body was actually not. It's not real. It's a prompt. Mm-hmm. My head is from an existing piece of art that I just put on there, and it came out, it looked nice. And I'm going to start doing that more because it looks great. So what's the code? The code is in the description, Nix. It's right there, buddy. A lot of confusing rules that contradict each other. Yup, Miss Deanna, that's correct. But I think that YouTube would actually be a lot better if they didn't have AI running everything. Like, it's very easy to become, like, very uncaring for the people that work for you when you're not even interacting with them and, like, checking on their channels and stuff like that. That was the job of a partner manager and other people, and now it's all being regulated to a computer. And the computer is uncaring. The computer does things based on statistics and patterns. It doesn't do things based on who you are as a sole individual creator. That's the problem. So if you run into any issues with the system is just going to view you as one of many, potential types of channels. And if there's a channel that's misbehaving, you're going to get looped in with that.
Right. So if you say, like, hey, I don't really like what's going on with, how, like, if you mention something like some news story that's going on, and you mention, like, oh yeah, I don't like how, they're raising the prices of hamburger meat or something. And then you have other channels that are talking about that, but they're talking about that in a really bad way and in a toxic way, and looping it in with a lot of other topics. Well, if you just mention one of the topics that channel's talking about, then they'll loop you in, like, oh, you're just like this channel, but you were just mentioning one thing.
That's not what I was talking about, though. I was talking about, let's say you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog, and the AI system has just gone through and basically demoted all the Sonic the Hedgehog content out of the search engine for whatever reason. It's trying to push maybe a food blog, or it's trying to do something else, and for that day, the Sonic the Hedgehog content is just like across the board. It's not going to be working well. So then the bot is like, okay, we're going to make it so Sonic stuff is not going to be at the forefront today. Even though something new Sonic came out, we really want to push this hot new video that's doing really well, and help that continually grow viral so that we can make more money. So then what they did is everybody who's playing Sonic the Hedgehog that day, their channels are going to suffer, and it's going to be hard for that video, regardless of how big their audience is, of actually doing anything substantial. Like, even if that video gets like 20 or 30,000 views from a big content creator, it's going to be stuck at 20 or 30,000 views. It's not going to hit the search engine, it's not going to do anything, and everyone else playing that Sonic game is going to suffer that day for content. And then, lo and behold, like a few weeks later or whatever, Sonic will start working again.
So what you're saying is, to really do well in the search engine, you're going to have a friend at Google and be able to get a hold of the transcript for how they run their AI.
No, they don't even know how they run their AI. Their AI is completely run independently.
Oh, wow, so it's running itself.
The AI is running itself. They used to have a department that looked over the AI and helped it out, especially when it would start to randomly delete channels. It's still randomly deleting channels, but it doesn't have a department anymore to keep the AI in check, or to, check its homework, like double check things. You know how when you were in school and stuff like that, you would go over your work before turning in your homework, check your answers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
The only thing that's checking AI's work is other AI.
Honestly, that's extremely terrifying.
Right, exactly. So lots of innocent people have been getting erased.
I don't want to think about this.
Mm-hmm. And it's all random, too. It's like, you can log into YouTube one day and your channel will just be gone. Like, it doesn't matter your size. They just erased a content creator that had 1 million subscribers. Just the other day, he did he was a travel and food channel. And he went around eating people's pizza, but it wasn't everybody knows the rules guy. It's not the New Yorker, it was another pizza channel. And he was talking...
why would they delete his channel? Some
type of AI-related incident. Like, they thought he was talking about current events or something like that when he was on the street when there was a incident that happened. Like, he was just... Right. He was just there when something happened to happen, and they're like, oh, your channel is spreading this because your channel is supposed to be a food channel, and, you know, here you are when this incident happened, like when this riot or something broke out, and he filmed it, or whatever. You know, something happened where he was just there and he was doing his channel, and then boom, you know, something happened. So then what AI did was they erased his entire channel because they said, this isn't what your channel's about. And he can't get his channel back either. He talked to a human person, and the human person's like, well, you know, after going over blah, 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 the list of whatever that your channel did, we are not going to reinstate your channel, blah, 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 because you broke terms of service. Or, as they like to say, you broke the community guidelines. And then your response as a content creator is, well, how did I do something bad to the community guidelines? What did I do? They said you'd have to look at the community guidelines. So
they don't...
They don't tell you. Right.
So you're saying that he happened to be in an area where there was something bad going on.
Yeah, he was doing his pizza show when there just happened to be something that was happening in the background that, you know, just happened. Some type of looting incident or something. I don't know. And then YouTube went after him for that or something like that and erased his channel. And it's not... The thing is, it's not making any rounds. Nobody cares. And, you know, this dude just lost his whole livelihood just like that. Boom. But he has a Patreon and he has some other things, so it's not like he's going to disappear from the internet.
But how would he keep up his Patreon if his entire like...
Honey, his Patreon makes about like $5,000 a month.
But they're only there if they get to see videos, and the videos are gone.
You can put videos on Patreon. If you have like $5,000 a month coming into your Patreon, that's more than enough for you to continue doing your YouTube channel. Like, that's plenty.
He probably has to start his YouTube channel, restart it again. Then.
No, he's not. You can't. If you get banned on YouTube, you can't restart a YouTube channel. They don't let you.
Was it the video live, or was it...
I don't know. I don't know the specifics, honey. I just I've never seen the guy before. I just came across... Like I said, I've been following a lot of, like, people that work at YouTube lately.
I would like to know every channel that's been banned by AI, make sure we don't make any of those mistakes.
We haven't. We just keep doing the same stuff.
If we're ever in a situation where we're vlogging and something like that happens, we make sure to cut that out.
Yeah.
If something bad happens in the background, cut it out.
But I mean, his argument is you can't stop life from happening. Like, he was there filming a pizza thing, and then it just kind of happened. And he didn't make the entire focus of, okay, let's go chase these rioters or whatever. He was just like, huh, that happened. Anyway, back to, you know, this pizza. This is what I think about this. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, I don't think he did anything wrong.
No, he didn't do anything wrong.
By just having that happen on his camera, because he was just showing live, like, what was happening.
Right, he was outside and then went inside to eat or something like that. Yeah. But there's all kinds of stuff. There's a tech channel that all they did was tech reviews. They didn't do anything wrong. And YouTube erased their channel for some reason. They said spam content, and the guy only uploaded once a week. So, you know, and they're like, all regulations are final. Like, we deem you a spam channel. And, I mean, the dude's thumbnails were all, like, very spammy. But he only uploaded once a week. And YouTube's spam policy is you're not allowed to upload more than, like, 10 videos a day. In total. Like, you can't exceed 10. That would be a violation of YouTube's spam policy. Uploading once a week, or even, like, once a day, is not a violation of their spam policy according to their terms of service.
Yeah,
so, right, it's crazy.
very scary.
It's like Skynet. Except, you know, instead of you being terminated by an actual walking automaton, you get terminated by an AI computer.
You be careful.
Huh?
Because our cats and me need your help for money.
Honey, I just consistently live stream. I'm a streaming channel. I stream games.
Don't go outside and film anything bad happen.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Don't become a news channel.
I'm not a news channel. I'm a gaming channel. I post YouTube shorts about cats and video games, and you know, I'm more concerned about earning an income than I am about making a statement.
My statement is bring a paycheck home.
Exactly. Like, my job is to do my job. Like, you know, I'm here every day. I do the live streams till I get paid. We're almost at 1,000 views. As soon as I hit 1,000 views, I'm gonna get Chung-Li going. Gonna eat some dinner, do the dishes, probably film another cat short, and then see if I'm gonna have enough time to do a third stream tonight. I don't think so, because I mean, this stream is not gonna be 5 hours though, so that's a godsend. But I don't know what's gonna happen with Chung-Li. If Sonic should have been an easy like turnout, like really easy. I mean, like 100 people or 80 people at least. There's been like 50 people the whole stream, and it's a Sonic thing, for crying out loud. That's terrifying. But if Sonic isn't trending right now, then Sonic isn't gonna get a lot of, like, you know, eyeballs on you. Which is annoying, but it is what it is. But Chun-Li is a very popular character, but again, I'm about a week or two late. But the only reason I was even doing Chun-Li to begin with is because the Simpsons thing, which was a shoe-in. I would only have to stream for 2 hours to get 1,000 views with the Simpsons, because Simpsons are a very like popular thing right now thanks to Fortnite. But the problem is the Simpsons PS3 game is busted. And that hurts me more than anything, because I was counting on that. I think solo leveling is going to be decent next week. I don't think the game is going to be very good, but the solo leveling brand is a big commodity right now. Like, a lot of people like solo leveling. And, you know, Kirby Air Riders did okay, but it did about as well as Pokemon, so I'm not expecting a major, you know, thing with that.
Yeah, I feel like that's very messed up. Like, if somebody films something happening outside that's disturbing, and then they go, well, that happened, and then they move on. Like,
you want to know what it feels like?
If they didn't even comment their opinion on it, it seems very messed up that they
Right,
would
this
get
is
banned.
this is why the AI system is out of control, because a human would be like, yeah, totally, you were just, you know, filming your vlog and this happened, we get it. You know, you're not a news channel, you're not trying to take away from, like, news outlets or whatever. I don't know the reason. But they don't... Then they do these Sally sob stories, like, not the content creators, but the YouTube people. They're like, we do care about our content creators, and, you know, we trust our system to root out the bad apples and stuff like that. But if you look on their replies, there's all these content creators saying, you made a mistake and you need to fix this, and they don't respond to those people. And it's devastating for me to see, like, all these people that I don't know who they are, but they're other content creators like me, and some of them have substantial fan bases. I've never heard of them. You know? They had their own slice of the internet, so to speak, but I feel for them because I'm in a worse situation than them. And they got terminated.
Well, I mean, look, maybe it's a godsend that we're shadow banned then, because AI can't find us as well.
Yeah, that's...
If you think about it, a lot of channels are getting terminated. It's possible because we're not in the search engine very much. We won't be as visible to the AI system.
Yeah, that's
Might be
probable. That is, yeah.
That could be the entire reason why this is happening to us. It could be to save us from getting accidentally terminated, since so many people are getting terminated.
Well, people are getting terminated right now until, you know, YouTube's going to have to step in eventually.
They're going to have to...
What if the AI erases somebody like PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or something? then YouTube's gonna have to be like, hold on a second.
They're gonna have to fix it. Honestly, that's getting ridiculous.
Well, they can't afford to lose Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie. Those people bring big numbers in for them. Just like you can't have Asmongold disappear. You have Asmongold leave YouTube, YouTube will die. Like, PewDiePie leaves, like, PewDiePie's not as big anymore, but if you have, like, one of the biggest content creators in the world, like Asmongold disappear, YouTube will die overnight. Like, if he's just like, I'm done on YouTube, I'm not going to do YouTube Shorts anymore, I'm not going to do my streams, I'm not going to do any of that, then the platform will collapse. Because he's, like, the biggest source of revenue on the platform. And just like years ago, if PewDiePie would have stopped making content, like, all of gaming... Every gaming content creator would have suffered. Because your CPM comes from the highest, YouTuber in your field. And even though I would argue that he is a just talking channel, YouTube views Asmongold as a gaming channel. Which doesn't make sense, but... I hardly see him talk anything about gaming. PewDiePie became a family vlog or, like, kind of like pop culture channel. He doesn't do anything gaming anymore. That I know of. He's too busy hanging out with his wife and, what does he have, little girl, little boy? I don't remember. He's very happy with where his life is, and he doesn't really need YouTube anymore. But he still works on it from time to time. But he's living off probably all his tons of viral videos. That'd be my guess. Just like Game Theory. Game Theory retired. People are like, how are they able to retire? It's like, they have so many viral videos. He's got more viral videos than I do. He's got like 1,000 viral videos. As long as those viral videos continue to earn income, he's set. Amber and I were supposed to have that type of lifestyle from the 400 viral videos we had, but they're all off. They haven't generated any income in almost 6 years. That does something to a channel. Because you need your old content in order to push your new content. You can't just have your new content only. Then you get into the point where you are now, because your new content, it's not going to go viral. It's the viral content that brings people in, that sees the new content, and that's how growth happens. That's what every YouTube workshop that I've taken over the years, and every YouTuber I've spoken to that does help things, they all say the same thing. You get a viral video, you live off the viral video, you mooch off the viral video, you attract the subscribers with your viral content, and then your viral content makes new subscribers for life. And they watch your new stuff, and your new stuff grows. And you advertise your new stuff on your old stuff. And then I show them our channel, and they're like, I'm sorry, I can't, my methods aren't going to work with you because it doesn't look like your viral videos are doing anything. And they said, to be honest, I've never seen this before. It's like, exactly. So when people tell me I'm blowing smoke about being shadow banned and all this other stuff, when other content creators that literally make self-help channels can't help you, then you know that something is up. If they say, hey, there was this one guy, he said, hey, I bet you $100 that I can fix your YouTube channel. I wrote the guy, I showed him our channel, and then he wrote back, he says, I can't help you, so, you know, he says, if you want me to write you a check for $100 or something, I can send it to your PayPal. It's like, no, that's fine. I just wanted to prove a point. You said that you could do it with any channel, but you just said that you can't do it with ours. So, you're furthering my point. I know, sweetie. Don't forget to take your blood pressure, okay? And have a wonderful night at work. Yep. You had the rest of the cherry ice cream today? Okay. No. I did not become an expert on YouTube just from being around so long. I had to study and research in ways of trying to fix my company. I made it my business to know. Well, I mean, Jotaro, the entire time Markiplier was gone, he had people watching his older content. You know, that's how he was able to disappear and do his Hollywood thing or whatever. As long as people are watching your content, like, content creators can go away. The problem is, when we stream, like, our streaming is the only thing that keeps the channel alive. When we're not streaming, the channel dies. Like, if I were to show you the analytics of other YouTubers, you'll see that there are no zeros on their channel. There's always hundreds of people watching their videos. I've posted my analytics for people to see the shadow banning. Like, there is several videos that have zeros. And these are brand new videos and brand new shorts. Our content only works for 24 hours. The reason why we do so many live streams and so many other things a month is because it's just the content that we make for that 28 days. And then after that, it's dead. Just based on the sheer number of content we had, we got an award for 18,000 videos. You would think because we have 18,000 videos, we would be doing a lot better in the search engine, but we're not. We have more content than PewDiePie, than Jacksepticeye, than Blitzwinger, all these other people, Abdallah. We have more videos than all those people combined, and yet we're shadow banned. So all those numbers of videos doesn't mean anything, because none of them are in the search engine. Except when we live stream. That's the bummer. You don't know where your hat is? Okay. What room did you nap in when you came home? The office? Then your work uniform is probably in the office. Mm-hmm. Okay, Scooty. Okay, so that's one item down. There you go. Alright, you have a wonderful sleep, honey. Yep, good night. That's okay, honey. I was contemplating last night, I was like, am I gonna have Hyrule Warriors as a thing since it just got 1,000 views this morning, or am I gonna take the gamble with Sonic? And I was like, Sonic's gonna do better. I don't know if I have an ultimate tonight or not. I might. It's if I can get a hold of Draugl or Drums of Burke or somebody. Because I did Jotaro's stream last night. I did pretty decent with Jotaro's stream. A lot of jump scares, though. I don't do well with jump scares. Especially late at night. And lo and behold, Jotaro, I did have a nightmare about a bunny chasing me, so thanks for that. I had this... Yeah, Amber heard me wake up screaming today. I had a dream I was being chased by a bunny with a meat cleaver. Fat bunny in a maid outfit. And Amber was like, oh my gosh, she's having heart problems or something like that. No, I had a nightmare. Had a nightmare about a rabbit. Alright. It could have been worse. It could have been Alien Isolation. You wouldn't dare. Nah, I'm not very good at this, but I'm having fun racing with you guys. I need to get the Chung-Li thing started soon, though. Can I not ride that car? Will that be my car now? No? Alright guys, let's make it to the last one. Let's go to the museum. Oh, I am in a nice car now. Okay, cool. Good. I appreciate that, Jayloon. Like I said, I'm gonna be praying for you after the stream, buddy. But I'm glad that they helped you. Remember, they're available 24 hours if you need to talk to them, okay? Whoops. Now this feels like a very Yakuza thingy, doesn't it? Woo! Whoop, 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 whoop. So I think we're gonna end up doing Ken's story on the Chung-Li stream too. I don't really remember how to go about stuff, so you guys will have to walk me through it a little bit. I haven't played Fatal Fury in quite a while. We finished the arcade run of the characters back in April, I think. Yeah, it was April or May. We concluded our Fatal Fury coverage. So it's been a while. I don't even remember any of the core gameplay mechanics or anything. It's going to be a train wreck. And then tomorrow will be Gambit and Hyrule Warriors, probably. And I'm going to do some tests on The Simpsons tonight. So my cable arrived. But I can't mess around with that until later tonight, because I need to get the channel is already almost under 1,000 views already, and it's only 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's only 8 o'clock. Like, this kind of stuff didn't happen until, like, maybe around 11 o'clock at night, and then I would just post a short. So not only do I have to get the music running for Chun-Li, but I also have to make a brand new YouTube short in the meantime. So I gotta do, like, I gotta juggle two things at the same time. Whereas before, I just needed to run the music. It's so annoying, you know? But they've already capped this stream. So, most likely, gang, they're gonna remove views from the stream. So, please make sure that you rewatch it tomorrow so it hits 1,000 views, so Amber and I will be paid for it. Because it doesn't have enough 1,000 views to handle YouTube, like, removing views off of it, which they will. They do that so they don't have to pay their content creators. Because anything below 1,000 is no money. It's super evil, too. Because it's like, if you spend all that time, like, I spent 4 hours getting those views, they're going to take them away. So that they can be like, well, even though it says you earned that during the stream, we reevaluated it and moved it so you didn't make any money. So that's nice of them. The shorts playlist might work to keep the hourly up, but it needs new content. That's just where we are now. And if you're wondering, yes, Link did bite me last night. I was editing the dispatch videos. But I think that's a good place to... No, I don't want to wait for other players. I want to close the room. Close the room! Fine, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Penalty! Okay, we're gonna do it like that. You got third again. I did terrible too, but I had fun with you guys. Alright. So thank you to I don't remember who gave. We had a couple people do some super chats. Thank you to Random Z or Random Jazz, sorry, and Daffy for the super chats. Really appreciate you guys. Next up is going to be the Chung Lee thing. Going to get the music up and running, and I'm going to work on a YouTube short, probably with Link, as well as I'm going to make myself something to eat for dinner. So, take care, gang. Thanks so much for watching. And we have more content coming to Sonic Crossroads later this week, or month. The SpongeBob thing. So look forward to that, okay? Alright, guys. See you on Chun-Li, which is going to be a bumpy ride. God bless, happy gaming.